What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay. All right. That sounds good.
Well, hello again, fellow adventurers of Tamriel. I hope you can hear me clear. I've got a special guest. I'm going to make sure you guys can hear him, and I'd appreciate a sound check because I am fucking terrible at this, guys. So, real quick, I just want to make sure you can hear me, make sure you can hear Phil, and make sure you can hear the audio of the game. Those are three things we definitely want to be able to hear moving forward. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to have that good of a time. But, Phil, go ahead. Make sure they can hear you.
Everybody, how you doing tonight? What's going on, everyone? Happy Easter Sunday, because it's Sunday now, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, oh, it is Easter Sunday now, isn't it?
Easter Sunday.
Okay, we can hear voices, so we'll find out if we can hear music in a second. I forgot, I have this thing called a cell phone. I can check it, too.
Yes?
We can hear voices, so Here we go. I forgot, I have this thing called... I'll never get used to the sound of my own fucking voice. We can hear voices.
I know, it's so weird. Hear yourself.
Give me 1 second here.
No, it's so weird.
Not hearing any sound. Can you guys hear any music or sound, or can you hear Caius talk?
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want?
Anybody hear that? Anybody hear that?
I am Caius Cosades, monk service.
Yep, they can hear it. Okay, we're good. All right, we're go. Nice. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get rocking and rolling here then. And I'm always paranoid about that, guys. So Brooke's here. She can hear Happy 420 Outlanders. It is 420. It is also Morrowind Easter. Yeah, it is. No day is too special for Morrowind. No day. Everybody can hear. That's good. The sound is good because I want everybody to hear loud and clear because we had kind of a weird stream last night, didn't we, Philly? It was pretty wild. And we actually had a lot more people than what is typical in here. I was pretty fucking shocked by it, not gonna lie. But one of the things that I was in particular shocked by is I guess it also brought some attention to some of the older videos. Because people do that, I guess. People will go in and watch older videos, too. And this one guy noticed that I didn't have a mod description up in my video, and he decided to, like, in a way that only, like, an internet spurg can do, he decided to, like, call me out. He called me out on it, right? And he's like, yeah, you're just like all the rest. You don't put the mod descriptions. I'm like, buddy, there's a reason for that one. In that particular stream, we were doing in-dev content that is not released yet. So I was literally in aspects of Tamriel Rebuilt and Skyrim Home of the Nords that haven't been released to the public yet, okay? So I need to check with them number one, I need to check with them to make sure they want me to lead people to the dev files. I don't think they do. By the way, I was right. They didn't want me to do that. Number two, it is important when you're dealing with modding to make sure that you are crediting the correct and all correct people on the mods, and make sure that you're giving the right mods. Like, I'm not going to lie to you guys. My mod list, I have over 250 mods. That's a lot of Pokemon to deal with, right? Got to catch them all. That's a lot of Pokemon to deal with. So, when I play through a game, I'm going to try to list the mods that are specific to that game that we went over and highlighted. And one of the things about that is the fact that I won't be sure what we're going to post until afterwards, and I need to do a little bit of research on that. So, yeah, I told the guy, I said, hey, it says will be added, so come back in a week's time. In the meantime, I even asked this guy, I said, hey, buddy, if there is any specific mod that you would like, let me know now, and I'll go find it for you right now. Never heard back from the guy. The guy didn't, instead of telling me, hey, here's the specific mod I was interested in, he decided to set his egg timer for 7 days later to come in and be a fucking sped in my chat. And be like, oh, yeah, here, it's 1 week later and you still haven't updated. Like, yeah, I totally called it. I'm like, buddy, it's Easter weekend. And it's going to be posted. But because you're being a weirdo, I'm going to make sure I post it. That way I'm not lying to everybody when I said 1 week. It's going to go up at 11:59 and not a minute after. So I didn't post that mod list until 11:59 just for that guy. Now, here's the fun part about that guy. We'll never see that fucking guy again because that guy wasn't interested in supporting the mod community. That guy wasn't interested in downloading mods. That guy wanted to be a hotshot and call somebody out on the internet for a perceived slight. We all know this person. There are millions of this person on the internet. We all know guys like this. So I just want to point out that if you're that guy, there's a better way to ask. And I'm going to try to teach you some non-soapless behavior real quick. And we're almost done with this PSA. And then we'll get to things. But if you're going to make a criticism of a video, I'm all for that. Or to say, hey, I don't see the mod list. Let me know what mod you want. I will literally go find it to you. Like I offer that guy. There's another person in that same video that's like, hey, I was interested in the fog mod that she used. I said, yeah, it's Vapor Mist. I'll go get it for you. And I did. I found it, made sure I credited it to the right person, and boom, there you go. So that's all you got to do. You don't make it this weird EPing game where you're like, hey, I got you on something, and I'm going to set a special timer to come back and tell you I got you. Because, first of all, dude, this channel has less than 500 subscribers. Nobody fucking cares. The only person who fucking cares about this supposed moral victory is you, okay? You're the only one. And if it makes you feel better, I guess that's good. That makes my day that you perceivingly owning me can make you feel better. And best of luck with your life. But when someone tells you that the mods list will be updated, the best thing to do is to either ask for the specific mod you want and then go touch grass for a week or so until the mod list gets updated, okay? This is a free thing. It's always going to be free. I'm never going to monetize this because I don't want you guys to have to sit through ads, which means you don't get to dictate my schedule. So anyway, that's the end of the PSA. Have a nice day. Let's get on to having some fun. So anyway, Phil, any thoughts on the soapless, washless behavior of particular internet denizens?
I think people are just freaking crazy. I mean, dude, how old is this game? This is
a 20-plus-year-old game, 2002.
Okay. Can you just chill out? Can you just chill out?
No, it's the internet. No, I expect it. It's just funny.
How long have they been How long have they been modding this game? Okay, they've been modding this.
There's a lot of mods. 20 years.
You need to just relax. Yeah. Like, don't rush. Don't rush. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another 20 years of mods.
Oh, hell yeah.
So humble yourself.
So let's see what we got here. We saw, Mandy says, I saw that. There's rules for a reason. Brick says, yes. Cave Reaper says, hey, Swin, I'm sure you played Elder Scrolls V and have heard the phrase Skyrim belongs to the Nords. Do you agree with that? Does Skyrim truly belong to the Nords and no other groups? Skyrim belongs to little Todd Howard, and only to little Todd Howard. I don't necessarily know that Skyrim belongs to the Nords because I don't consider those people to be Nords. I don't know what the fuck that game is, but it's not the third era Elder Scrolls I love. It's a perfectly fine action game, but it's just not my cup of tea, and those are not Nords. Those are knockoff Vikings. I don't know what the fuck those people were. Gonna make a flipping the switch expose, Miss Mandia says. Oh, well, there's plenty of material out there. Make sure you interview that guy I just talked about. He will give you an exhaustive detail of the perceived slights I did to him. Phil, what up, clicks? Happy Easter, everyone. Much love. God bless Morrowind for the win. Yes. So, speaking of that, we're going to get started. So, when last we left off, Caius Cosades decided that he was going to force us into the Blades, which are the Emperor's secret spies. They're the eyes and ears for the Empire. So we've been pressed into service with the Empire, and we are going to have to play ball here in the meantime. So he has given us, he's been nice enough to give us 200 gold and suggested that we go get a fucking job. One of the things I love about Morrowind, guys, is the fact that you're not immediately paced into some world-ending disaster. Like, Caius Cosades is like, nobody knows who you are here. I need you to have some experience with the people in the land. Go get a fucking job, immerse yourself in the culture, come back when you've done that, and then we can talk about me giving you a mission. It's very realistic like that. Like, he's not interested in sending you after a dragon or a demon fucking priest guy. He wants you to immerse yourself in the lands and the culture of the people and the issues, both geopolitical, religious. He wants you to immerse yourself in that shit. That way you're all immersed in it. So that's what he's told us to do. And he's given us a couple of leads last time. Specifically, the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild.
Are you here to discuss your orders?
And I also want to talk about the Thieves Guild. But to get to that, we're going to have to ask him about the Blades themselves. And so, let's see here.
The Imperial cult worships the Nine Divines.
Now, we're not going to fuck with the Imperial
Aedra
cult this time.
Akatosh, Dibella, Arche, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kinnereth, and Julianos. And
you get all that, Phil?
Founder and patron of the Empire. In Morrowind, it's partly maintaining the faith for outlanders like us.
That's a lot of gods, isn't
partly
it?
A missionary cult, bringing enlightenment to the heathen Dunmer.
Sounds like a lot's going on.
You can see Somutus Vunis at Fort Moonmoth to join.
You have to work
but you have to go to Ebonheart if you want to become a lay
servant. And that's
servant.
just one quest line.
Yeah. Now, he also mentioned that the Blades trainers that we can, and we will gradually talk to these guys as well.
These Blades agents offer training, not free, of course, but cheap for a fellow agent. Look for Rifleen, Tyre Malin, and Nine Toes here in Balmora. In Caldera, see Surain Leorian. In Aldrune, see Gildan. Jorvar Horsemouth lives in a hut west of Aldrune.
Okay.
And Ellen and the Scout can be found at Errol's Trade House in Seda Neen.
Gotcha.
I also know of a few Blades trainers on the mainland if you ever find yourself there. Idra Uvalan lives in Firewatch. You can find Aquilinius at the Ebon Tower in Old Ebonheart. And Duer has a house in Andathrin. There may be other agents working on the mainland, but these are all you need to know about right now.
You got all that, Phil?
Huh?
You got all that, Philly?
I said, if I go quiet, it's because I'm heating up some pizza.
Nope, that sounds good, but I just want to make sure you're seeing, like, this is why you have to listen to what these fucking people are telling you, man, because he just gave you directions to, like, 10 different goddamn NPCs. and said, yeah, if you want, go.
You know what?
If you want, go find them.
You know what I tell him? I would say, hey, can you provide that to me in a $10 Zelda Google Maps? Because I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, you gotta have the Google Maps that sucks all the fun and exploration out of the universe and shows you where all the sites are. And that's what Zelda needs, and that's what Morrowind needs, right? Let's see here.
Honestly, after that video I just watched about Mario Kart 8, I'm even less interested in that game now. Because they said.
See, I'm more interested, but
Mario Kart World being open world with like collectathon and like mini games, that doesn't make sense in a Mario Kart game. It makes sense in Breath of the Wild because that whole game is based on exploration.
Well,
but Mario Kart World, you're here to race. competitively.
I get that. I get that, but I am interested to see if the open world adds to the racing or if it detracts from it. So we'll have to see, but you may be right. It might actually end up detracting from it. Let's ask him about the blades real quick.
We're spies. We're the Emperor's hidden eyes and ears in the provinces. We watch the Emperor's enemies. We look for opportunities. We make reports. And when the Emperor commands, we obey. But we're only one of many guilds and factions in Morrowind. You should know a little about Morrowind politics before you get involved with any of these other groups.
Yes, and so the other one we want to ask about is the Thieves Guild, because that's kind of the third guild I'm interested in immediately. So we need to talk about guilds and factions.
Groups favoring Imperial interests are the Blades, the Imperial Cult, the Imperial Legion.
These are
the
all
Fighters
joinable
Guild,
factions,
the Mages
Philly.
Guild,
All of
and
these.
the Thieves Guild. Groups favoring native Dunmer interests are House Redoran, House Hlalu, and House Telvanni, the Temple, the Morag Tong, the Kimona Tong, and the Ashlanders.
So the Morag Tong are on there, and they're the Dark Brotherhood stand-in for this game, because Dark Brotherhood will fight the Dark Brotherhood in this game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Dark Brotherhood's kind of a bad guy faction. So Morag Tong we're interested in. So ask about
is
them.
a guild of executioners and assassins, completely legal and guided by a strict code of conduct.
You're gonna really like the Morag Tong
tradition. But I know and respect a few Westerners who belong to the Morag Tong. They are nothing like the Dark Brotherhood. I have no idea how to join them.
And I loved Dark Brotherhood.
Did you hear that though? Caius just told you. Did you hear that though? Caius just told you. Got to listen in this game. He told you that the Dark Brotherhood, they're nothing like the Dark Brotherhood. That's not entirely true. But, yeah, that kind of leads you right into, hey, these aren't the Dark Brotherhood. They're actually opposed to the Dark Brotherhood. So he tells you a little bit about that and says, hey, it's a guild of assassins, but they're different from the Dark Brotherhood. And there's a whole history there that we'll get into when we get into the Dark Brotherhood questline.
Nice.
Or not Dark Brotherhood, sorry, Morag Tong questline. And Thieves Guild.
In the rest of the Empire, the Thieves Guild is a more or less organized group of local criminal syndicates governing illegal trade in their communities. Here in Morrowind, the Thieves Guild is the newcomer. The established local crime lords are called the Kimona Tong. The Thieves Guild doesn't advertise, partly to avoid the law, and partly to avoid the Kimona Tong, who have sworn to destroy the upstart Thieves Guild. Sugar Lips Habasi, over at the South Wall, is the local guild boss.
All right, so there's 4 guilds that we're interested in. And because we're Dunmer, we kind of want to reconnect with our roots, so I'll ask about the temple as well.
The Tribunal Temple is the native religion. They worship 3 god kings, Almalexia, Sothasil, and Vivek, who are known together as the Tribunal.
Got all that?
We just call it the Temple. They're narrow-minded and superstitious, but I find a lot to admire. Particularly their concern for the poor. They accept Outlanders as members, but few Outlanders join except for the services. Talk to Feldrello Sadri at the Balmora Temple if you're thinking about joining.
Alrighty. So, that's just a few of the joinable factions in this game, man. And so, we've been given $200 dues to spend as we want. And we're going to kind of check out the town of Balmora, get our feet wet here in getting a job, and get situated. And then from there, we will begin to kind of open up this giant-ass world. While we're doing that, let's check on the chat. So, Cave Reaver says, besides Todd Howard, who does Morrowind belong to? The Dark Elves? Well, that's very much in dispute right now, Cave Reaper, because the Dunmer would say it absolutely belongs to them. But there's also the presence of Dagothur, who says it belongs to, I guess, Akula Khan and the shared divine consciousness of the heart. And then there's the Empire that says, hey, we're making some gains here, and we think this belongs to us. So we got the South Wall Corner Club here. That's where we'll go for drinks. We got a clothing shop, it looks like, over here. We'll check this out, see if there's anything we want. So are we going to get God Phil again? That would be so awesome. So people asking for God Phil. We're going to get that on a rotation. Brooke, so sometime next week we will definitely be doing Phil's playthrough and see what kind of godlike hijinks that his Chimera K character gets up to. 100%.
Boy. For Chimera K, we kick ass.
Yeah, Chimera K are really strong. Like, they can survive in a carrion flight, so. I still don't know what happened there. And you know what? At this point, I've stopped asking questions. I'm just going to accept what is. Mario Kart is mid anyways. Let me know when they make Morrowind Kart. Morrowind Kart would be incredible.
Oh my god, please.
Ooh.
And there's no, you don't have to worry about Todd Howard horse DLC armor.
Mm-hmm. We need Morrowind horse racing. Good day, Sarah. And of course there'd be Guar. Well, Morrowind would be Guar racing, so we need Morrowind Guar racing. Good day, Sarah. I'm Varala Teldris. Welcome to my humble eatery. Please tell me when you're ready to order some food or drinks. So we got a little restaurant here. That's pretty
Welcome
neat.
to Balmora, council seat of House Hlalu. How can I serve you?
I don't need anything from you. But that's cool. Got a little restaurant on this side. That's neat. We've got a riverfront. And yes, we actually have the Odai being an actual fucking river now, instead of a slough. So the slough video is no longer accurate, which I am glad to see. Let's see. Hey, I watched that video too. Yeah, all Morrowind fans have seen the slough video, and we've all shaken our collective fists at it. But only one modder, Klaus, was good enough to do something about it, and he did. Like we all yelled and were the mad guy on the internet for a day at that video, but that video was fucking right, and now it's not, thanks to modding. Handheld Gaming TV, will you stream the Oblivion remaster? If it's true, I'm pretty 90% sure it's true now, and I will absolutely check it out. Yeah, we'll see if I can actually learn to love that game. But I don't know. It's modern Bethesda. Is it going to be good, or is it just going to be pretty?
What do you want?
Okay.
I have a question for you, Zoo, and everybody in the chat.
Yeah, what's the question?
Okay. So if you could create one like race or class or whatever that is currently not playable in Morrowind, what would it be? Like what class or what race would you want to see?
I'm partial to Dwemer. I'm partial to the dwarves. But yeah, chat, that'd be an interesting question to open up to. Yeah, I'm the Dwemer. The dwarves is who I would want.
Oh, they're not playable yet. I remember the dwarven armor was always really cool.
No, the dwarves are extinct. They're gone. They died.
Right.
They went extinct in the first era. But it would be cool if you could see like remnants or something. And who knows, Phil?
Out of a time vortex, and then
or who knows, Phil?
Where you have to.
You may
rebuild the dwarven race.
Well, who knows, Philly? You may actually get to meet a living dwarf.
Cool.
Okay, well, squad goals right there, guys. There's a bow that does 1 to 35 damage, so that's squad goals, but we can't afford it right now. That's big time squad goals. Pyratosis Kogorun Tools, the Heart of Lorkhan was struck, and they all Pyratosis, don't bury the lead. Phil doesn't know that. The good news is that's gibberish to a non-initiated, so he won't know what any of that means.
If I didn't know anything, I don't know it because it's been years, years since I played Oblivion in Skyrim. I don't remember.
Barrier
nothing.
ring.
I just remember Sheo Gorath is a crazy dude.
Some of my wares.
He's insane.
Yeah, Sheo Gorath we will only vaguely deal with in this game. But we're just checking out the riverfront right now, just looking at all the wonderful things that Balmora has to offer. Hi there, my name is Unreliable Narrators. I'm an apothecary. Are you looking for some fine potions done there? My mixtures can help you stay alive on your adventures. A smart adventurer always packs and restore health and fatigue potions. Nah, we're good. So the riverfront has some riverfront housing, and it's got some shops set up here on the riverfront. Very cool. Looks like we've got some kind of gatehouse here. Nope, that's another house that's built into the gate, which that's kind of cool. Now coming over here, we've got another corner club. This is the Balmora Council Club, and we'll talk a little bit more about council clubs here shortly. They're not very nice. Lucky Lockup, which is another corner club. Then we've got a market here. It looks like this is mostly selling food and vendors.
Sorry, stranger. My time is short, so get on with it.
We've got a pawnbroker, which we've been to. We've got a trade house. We've got an outfitter. So we're just getting our bearings right now. We've got everybody's favorite trader, Revere, which we will be visiting. We've got a smith and his apprentice out here, Bosmer Smith, which is interesting. Meldor the Armorer. Looks like we found the Mages Guild and the Fighters Guild, which in typical fashion are usually in close proximity. Got a bookstore, which we've been to, and we got our guide to Vardenfell. Then we've also got the Razor Hole, which is a weapons store. And we've got another corner club over here. So several corner clubs in this town, as befitting a larger town. We've also got a house for sale, which will be our first home, almost guaranteed, called the Stoneflower House when we get a chance to buy it. And we've got a temple, and now we talk about the first mod we're going to highlight in this particular video, which is the Balmora Temple Redone, it's called. So this temple wasn't always this awesome looking. This particular temple was redone entirely by one of our intrepid modders to give it kind of a unique flair. And there's been a really, really good project to give all these temples a little bit of a unique flair. But look at this place. So cool. So we'll definitely be spending some time in here as a good Dunmer. Making my Altmer max speed 2 right now. Awesome. Yeah, Altmer max speed will be a fun playthrough, because, heck, if you can outpace enemies, you can just spellcast them into a fucking oblivion. Hey, Flip, still streaming Morrowind, I see. Yeah, we took a brief break while we waited for Grasping Fortune to get in a playable enough state that I wanted to go there and show it off, and we're there now.
Go ahead.
So then down here, before we go to the high town... Oh, go ahead, Phil.
Can you get married in Morrowind, or can you...
I don't think so, but
is there a mod for that?
There's probably a mod for that. I know there's some companion mods that allow for marriage. Oh, spear and heavy armor. You're going, okay, you're doing Altmer on hard mode. Okay. Let's see here. So then we got the Gravemarket. This is unique to Balmora, and I absolutely love this. So we're going to enter the Gravemarket. We're going to explore that, which is another mod. And I love this mod to death because this is something that you would only ever find in the Hlaalu territory. They took one of their bone ossuaries and made a fucking merchant market out of it. Which I love.
Bad beasts bite you, so you need a healer.
I'm just looking, buddy. You don't have to make your nasty commentary. Let's see here.
You're on your honor. Don't press your luck.
Got some silver baubles. Now, most of this stuff is not going to be anything we're interested in, but it's still cool as hell.
Speak, traveler.
You're on your honor. Don't press your luck.
Some silver baubles. Now, most of this stuff is not going to be anything. Oh, Phil, turn your sound down a little bit, buddy.
Yeah, I am. Sorry.
Yeah. Nope, you're good. Oh, shit, that's a Gravelord. Honor the ancestors upon your horse, within your halls, in the community of your temples, and in the solitude of your tombs.
Dude, that is so creepy. That looks... Oh, dude.
That is a bone. That is a bone walker, and we're going to talk about that, Phil, because this is something you need to know about the Dunmer. The Dunmer use necromancy to raise their ancestors, and they bind ancestors and outlanders as spirits to guard their tombs.
Dude, I would love to have one of those as a companion follow you around for the whole adventure.
Yeah, that's a bone lord. That's a particularly strong one. We don't want to fuck with that at all right now. But he's a friendly one because he's used to everybody being there. Yeah, Bone Walker looks like Grim Fandango, Handheld TV said. Luffy says, lol. You do have Uncle Curio, I guess. Yeah. Good old Uncle Crassus. I can't wait to get Phil's reaction to Uncle Curio. Marriage in real life seems impossible. Might need to check out Morrowind. I'm not married yet, but heading in that direction, and keep the engagement as long as you can. That's all I'll say.
He was like, I'm not ready.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to Upper Town, where all the richy riches live.
Oh, this is where Zoo lives, y'all.
I don't know if I can afford Hightown in Balmora, but yeah, Tyrell
They
Manor.
got fancy steaks there.
Yep, here's where the Halalu do their business, is in the council hall.
They got skooma-flavored steaks. Sprinkled with moon sugar.
Skooma-flavored steak sprinkled with moon sugar. Man, that actually doesn't sound terrible, and if I was a Khajiit, I would never leave the house again. We got a fine clothier, so we got some finer businesses here. Fine alchemist, fine clothier. Note that they put fine in front of their name just to differentiate themselves from the common rabble businesses. And then
I don't know why they think they're so fancy. Their buildings look like dirt and poop like all other brown buildings.
Yeah, they think they're fancy. And then the Morag Tong. And here's your Assassin's Guild, Phil.
Oh yeah, that's where I belong.
We'll walk in here and come into we're gonna join the Morag Tong. They're one of 5 factions.
Red.
We're gonna be joining 5.
Color other than brown and black.
So, yeah, the Halalu are pretty basic.
It looks like they're ready for an orgy.
Halalu are pretty basic, folks, in terms of at least Balmora. Now, keep in mind, you haven't been to Narcissus yet, but yeah, the reason for this is a relatively new city by the looks of things, and everything is kind of frontier here. But wait till you see some of the sprawling metropolises on the mainland. So I guess we'll start with the Fighters Guild, because there's something I want in here anyway. We're going to get in here, and there is a particular weapon that I have to have for my playthrough. And oh my gosh, we are getting very thirsty, so we're going to take care of that right now. We're going to stuff a loaf of bread down our gullet, too. Take care of that food problem. Hello,
We're
Wayne.
thirstier than
guy,
that
so if you
dude
could hurry
in
this
Zoo
up.
comments wanting Morrowind
Welcome,
mods.
adventurer. Looking for an equalizer? Something to give you an edge against a superior opponent? When you need to do a lot of damage in a hurry, you can't beat a poisoned blade. Try my inexpensive iron spider dagger and steel spider blade, or an imperial netch blade for even more bite.
Well, there's one particular thing I want. You're a dirty player, man, selling that illegal item. But look at that. Dwarven Jinx Sword, short blade, one-handed, paralyzes for 10 seconds on touch. That's what we want, and we're gonna blow almost our entire gold load on that one weapon. There's a reason for that. We're gonna sell our silver short sword, and we're gonna sell our chitin left gauntlet, and that almost gets us there. So we're also gonna part with the iron arrows. Now we are broke again, but it's absolutely worth it for that weapon, because that weapon is a fucking game changer. So here's the strategy of this build. So everybody's probably saying, Zoo, why the fuck did you take both a short blade and a long blade? That's real dumb. It's not. Because what you do is you stick them with this and paralyze them, and then you immediately switch over to the claymore and brain the fuck out of them. That's what this build does.
Be quick about this.
So we're defensive until we get the kill hit. Then we go from there. And then he's also got versatility, because eventually he'll be able to use his longbow and his magic really, really well as well. That's the other thing. Doesn't he have a sword that's like
equalizer? Something to give you
yeah,
an edge
isn't
against
his
a superior
Nordic
opponent? When
No,
you need to
okay,
do a
it's
lot
fully
of damage
repaired.
in a
Damn.
hurry, you can't beat
Never
a
mind.
poisoned blade.
There's somebody around here that sells a really good weapon. It's 0 repairability, which means basically you can get it for almost nothing. It's fucking great. Chuck Connors, what's up? Whoop whoop, Morrowind.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the stream, buddy.
Well, speak up. What do you want? Are you here to join the Fighters Guild?
We're here to join the Fighters Guild. That's right.
You want to join the Fighters Guild? I'm the steward here in Balmora.
Let's join the Fighters Guild.
You look like you could take care of yourself. Before I sign you up, you might want to look at the Fighters Guild charter. Are you ready to sign up now?
Let's read the charter.
Your duties are to your lords.
You know what's
and
weird about
brethren.
me eating pizza
In
right
all
now?
ways,
What?
proceed with honor and valor.
My
Keep a
pants have
keen and
pizzas
watchful
on them.
mind and never
Nice.
succumb to the craven tricks of the weak. As a member, you are permitted to use items
Everybody's
in
like,
our
what the
equipment chest.
did he just
It
say?
is traitorous to fight or thieve from other members of your guild. If you break these rules, you must speak with at least a warder of the guild to redeem your standing. Do you feel you can uphold these simple ideals?
I think we can handle it. So yeah, we're going to say yes. You are now Teldrin Vimin, the associate in the Fighters Guild. Work hard, follow orders, and you'll do fine. Seek me out if you feel like you're ready for advancement. So we have a job, Philly!
Your duties are to your lords and brethren. In all ways, proceed
Is she
with
single?
honor and valor.
Edith?
Keep a keen and watchful mind and never succumb to
Probably.
the craven tricks
Yeah.
of the weak. It is traitorous to fight with or thieve from other members
I got a
of your
job
guild.
she can advance
If
in.
you break these rules, you must speak with at least a warder of the guild
I'm
to
just
redeem
kidding.
your
I was
standing.
going to say, Philly, I don't know if you want... I don't know if you can handle Edith. She could probably bench you, dog. Let's see here. She's like a level 20 warrior, man. Let's see here. Let's
If I can survive epic
I have a
Hulk
very
Mario
simple
jumps,
contract to end
I
an
can
infestation
survive
of
her.
cave rats.
Okay,
You might be
that's
able to
fair.
handle it.
Your Chimera K character probably could, but I'm a mere mortal, man. I'm just a mortal Dunmer. So, yeah, I'm going to have to watch out for that. Let's see here. I took Mysticism and Conjuration, Spear, Heavy Armor, and Athletics in my major. Oh, that's a good combo. Missed your streams as of late. I need some Morrowind Kino. So, you haven't missed many because I actually just came back from the store. So, we're actually just getting some streams. Going to get some OP Absorb Hell spells. I, too, am planning on getting some OP Absorb Hell spells for this character. So, we share that. So, we got to exterminate some cave rats, Philly.
Go to Drarain Thelis's house. It's here in Balmora,
Oh,
along
great.
the river on the
starting
east
quest.
side. Ask her where the rats are coming from. Kill the rats and get your payment.
Job's
from
a job,
Drarain
man.
The
Thelis.
starting quest that
Report back
the starting
to me once
quest
you've
that
taken
you
care
should
of
have
this.
started hours ago.
Like, yeah, a job's a job, right?
Yeah.
I think we're okay. I think we can handle it with our paralyzing dagger. We're not even going to waste our enchantment on that, actually. We're just going to go in there and cleave their fucking head off. So she said we have to go across the river. And her house is right across the way there.
What say you?
Oh, she wants us to go to her house, huh?
Yeah, she's inviting us over. She's got some rats she needs
Make
slayed.
it quick, Outlander.
Yeah.
Everybody's very rude in
for,
this game.
For dinner.
Oh, she's way too obsessed with pillows, and she's old. She's like 100 years old, Philly.
Speak, traveler.
Oh.
Are you the one they sent to take care of the cave rats?
Well, Granny used to need loving too.
These rats are such a nuisance. I'm worried they'll eat all of my pillows. You like pillows, don't you? Anyway, I've got one trapped in my bedroom here, and the other two are in my storage area upstairs. Rats, that is, not pillows. Here's the key for that door. There are at least 3 of these beasts. I hope they haven't gotten into my good pillows.
We'll get them.
Are you going to kill those cave rats for me?
Yes. Right now. Get him. Yeah. Skin that bitch. "100 years old, looks young." Well, she's a Dunmer. They're long-lived. I think Deviathir is like fucking, like almost 4,000. Took a couple slices to kill the rat. Well, it took one good hit. My stamina's at 0, but I'm not worried about resting for fucking rats. We'll just take the fucking hit. We'll just take their shots.
Gosh, I feel like I'm playing Dark Souls right now.
Let's see. Hey, what's going on, Tandava? Welcome in.
What's up?
Yeah, I got Philly here in
Welcome
chat
to
again. He's riding shotgun on our journey through Morrowind today. Got the cave rats. Give me my money.
I'll take your word that the cave rats are dead. Here, take
Yeah,
these 100
you can't
septums.
see
It's
me
what I
in
agreed
game
to pay the
because
Fighters Guild.
I'm jumping really high in the sky.
Yeah, Philly jumped way up there, so you're stuck with me. I'm your mortal today.
Yeah.
Make it quick, Outlander.
I'm just floating above.
Can you use sledgehammers? Might be more convenient for ground enemies, yeah. I mean, I'm not a hammer user. I've got short blade and long blade. And I've got a very special short blade that we only break out for tougher fights. And you'll see why when we get to it. Because we're getting ready to, not here, but our next Fighters Guild quest will probably be that. Let's turn this in. See where we go from there.
Hail! Have you taken care of that cave rat problem yet? Surely you can handle even that.
We're fine. Yeah, it's good.
So you killed the rats? Not bad. For you. You ready for more orders?
Sure.
A local egg mine has problems with egg poachers, and you're going to solve those problems.
Egg poachers!
Yes, egg poachers. May sound silly, but those Kwama eggs are among the few things worth exporting from this nasty little province. Drambaro, the owner of Shulk Egg Mine, wants to make an example of these thieves to keep other miners from getting funny ideas.
Honestly,
the egg poachers,
I'm just starting to think that she wanted us to help her make breakfast.
Local troublemakers. You can handle that, can't you?
Rat sausage.
Report back when the
have
poachers
some rat
are dead.
sausage and eggs inside a...
That's an interesting observation, Philly. She's just sending us to get her breakfast materials, yeah.
There's nothing more to say about that. Have you taken care of those egg poachers yet?
You just gave it to me. You just gave it to me. I need directions to the mine.
The mine is a short distance southwest of Balmora, in the bluffs west of the Odai River. The old suspension bridge across the Odai is just southeast of the mine entrance. Follow the river south of Balmora until you see the bridge overhead. You're not afraid of a little swim, are you?
Nah. Might try some fishing while we're on the river, too.
So what's this?
Come on.
All right, let's see. What lovely bedside manner she has. Tandava says, hey, Phil. But yeah, yeah, no, she's a bitch. Edith Fire-Eye is just a bitch. There's no way to go about saying otherwise. Ooh, the lady signed for 65 endurance and 65 personality, or the lover signed for 75 agility. Won't be missing very many melee attacks. Tough choice. The lady's really, really hard to go away from in that kind of a build just because of the endurance and the health bonus. You just get so much more health per level. But the agility's nice too. You can honestly go good with either or of those. What console is this available? Handheld gaming TV? I know you're using PC, but is it available on consoles? Yeah, it's Xbox, the original Xbox it was natively available for, and I think most of the other Xboxes you can play it through emulation. So it is available, but not with mods. Sort of Xbox had a version of it, no mods, it'd be hard to even find at this point. To my knowledge, Tandava says there's no release of it for later consoles, and that's true, it's emulation. Handheld Gaming TV says, is there a way to download this game for free? Not for free, but you can get it for really cheap on Good Old Games Handheld Gaming TV. Although you can use emulators to run it off your phone and stuff too, yeah. Oh, another rat. Boy, we got rat. They need to handle their fucking rat business here. Jesus Christ. I'm doing the best I can to help with your rat problem, Balmora, but boy, you need to get a handle on this and fast. Okay, so there's the Shulk Egg Mine right there.
Only version physically this for like Xbox is the original, and then the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, Game of the Year edition's probably your best bet. Yeah. Oh, look at this Odai River! Isn't this awesome? Isn't this fucking
Oh,
awesome?
yeah, it's visual 3. Wow. Look how good that water looks for such an old game. That almost looks like a photograph level. Like,
Well, to be fair,
yeah.
I've done a lot
And
of
then you
tweaks
see
to
the
this.
fog. And, and oh, this.
Oh, Philly, you sound like Mr. Roboto right now.
Got it.
Oh, really?
You're in your voice is robot and bad. Let's see here. Yeah, interesting. I like reading this game as a reader's dream come true. Yes, this game's amazing. And the lore and the storylines, and it's all so good, Tandava. Obviously, you have a decent phone or a variety of reasons, including they aren't. You have to have a decent phone for a variety of reasons, including they aren't expressly designed for each other, so your phone needs more specs to run the same level, assuming you're modding, or whatever else you may be running on it, Tandava says. But PC is the best way, realistically, although people have done it otherwise. Yep. Domioriato, Mr. Robot. Hey, what's going on, Philly?
I would not want to play this. Yeah.
If I can help, I will, but don't take too much time.
This game deserves a proper big screen.
Yeah, you want to do it just, if you can, you want to get it on PC through good old games, I'm telling you.
So what do you want? I'm a miner in the Shulk egg mine, but I'm just out here taking a break.
Okay, well, I need to know egg poachers. Where are they at?
Civillo Othan and Dinilla Vallis used to work here. Not good people. Could be hiding anywhere in the mine.
They don't deserve to die, though, just for poaching eggs. And what does the Fighters Guild do? They agree to do his will, despite what the Imperial law says. Perseus Mercius wouldn't let this happen when he was the guild master. Ask him about that when you get the chance. Ooh. So a little bit of intrigue. They're just like, hey, you're going to kill these egg poachers. They don't really deserve to die. Well, guess what? I don't care. A job's a job. Shouldn't have fucking stolen eggs. Now here we are in one of our first really interesting concept dungeons. Imagine the concept of an egg mine, Phil. Like they go in here and they mine eggs. Isn't that fucking cool? Oh, I think Philly's MIA for a little second. I think he's gonna try to fix that mic. Oh shit. That's funny because they attack you first with no option to get around in other ways. Yeah. Still there, Philly? Oh, there he is.
You didn't hear me?
Yeah, you're still roboting really bad.
Okay.
Hopefully, it'll hopefully clear up later. Hopefully it'll clear. Sometimes it just clears up. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a mine. This is a mod called Superior Shulk Egg Mine, chat. So it overhauls this entire egg mine and makes it really, really up to OAAB and TR standards. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, oh, there you go. You're clear as day now. But yeah, it wasn't always this intricate. It was just a cave with some Quama eggs and some Quama foragers before. But now it actually looks like an actual mine in production. Like it looks really good now.
Wow. Gosh, you're kind of making me nervous to see what this game is on the Xbox.
It's different.
I bet the graphics don't even look good because this lighting and everything looks really nice.
Yeah, it's a very cool game. And 20 years of fan-made love have been put into this game, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's not a same comparison, but for my brain to think of what I guess this would be on par with, it's kind of like You know how there was those modders that took Resident Evil 4 HD and they actually made it 10 times better by using like real world places and made a real HD version of it. That's kind of what this reminds me of, but on a much grander scale.
There's one of our poachers, and that's why we took that dagger.
Ugh.
Yep, there you are, bitch. He had 10 Quama eggs on him. Egg miner's mask.
He was stuck like glue.
Yep, paralyzed. It's a paralyzer.
Ugh, man.
Fuck out of here.
Aren't those dogs attacking you?
They're friendly. They're just foragers. Now these little worms are aggressive, but the workers are fine. But warriors and foragers are aggressive, so you got to be careful.
Huh.
Now you die! You Enwa!
Oh, you got her.
Fuck yeah, we got her. What a dumb
smack. Smack.
Yep, and you're paralyzed. There's not shit you can do about it. That's why I love this fucking build to death. It's a great build.
Could you do it where you have like both weapons equipped so you didn't need to like swap it out?
There's ways to do it. I'm just being fucking lazy, but I need to do that because that's gonna be maddening for the chat. So let's do this. We'll do F1. We'll toggle inventory item. So Claymore will be 1. We'll do Dwarven Jinx Sword 2, and we'll do our shield number 3. There, now I can just do this. Now I just got to remember that I've set those keys. Otherwise, I'll just keep swapping, even though I've already set the keys. All right, now we go home. Well, we don't have a home yet. We're just a vagrant wanderer right now. But we go back to Balmora, which eventually will be our home. Let's see, yeah, straight up. Yep, Superior Shulk Egg Mine is the name of this mod. Again, that'll be in the description. I'll try to get it in there right after we get off of here. I'll try to check my facts, that way we don't encourage any more potential soapless behavior. Let's see here. Heading right, aren't I? Yeah, I'm heading the right way. It's funny because when they attack you first, no option to get around in other ways. Yeah, I mean, if I get attacked, I'm gonna beat your face in. I'm not even fucking worried about it. Like, don't fucking attack me, and you don't have to worry about, dying. Now there was a tomb on the way over
I'm
here.
looking on I'm looking on GOG right now, and I see something on Baldur's Gate 3, the final patch. I mean, they're done patching the game?
Yeah, they're done with it. They're all done. They added in several other classes. And then
they ain't gonna add in like DLC or anything.
Nope, because they had a falling out with Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro because they fired the entire Dungeons and Dragons team, man. Like after Baldur's Gate 3 shit, because they're assholes. That's why. Because they're fucking idiot assholes. And so Hasbro decided to fire the entire D&D team. And so Sven Vink and Larian Studios is like, hey, we can't do any more content if we wanted to because you fired all of the people that we relied on to make the fucking game, you idiots. You fired all of them.
Oh my god. That's stupid. Baldur's Gate 3 could have had massive expansions.
Very stupid.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
Oh my gosh. People have waited how many years? I remember they announced Baldur's Gate 3 like years and years and years ago. I think before the PS4 was out. Like even like a long time ago. I remember seeing it. Like a trailer. Very early cinematic.
We found a tomb, Philly. An ancestral tomb. We're gonna explore it.
Is there any babes in it?
If they are, they're long dead, man. Yeah, it's a tomb.
Oh, if they can be some cool ghost babes, and that's cool.
Or a necromancer, perhaps.
By the way, just for the chat, whoever that was asking like where you can get this game, like if you have a PC, because this is an old game outside of the mods, the base game you'd probably be able to run fine on most of any PC. It's the mods that take a big haul on your PC, but you can get it right now. GOG, 60% off, $5.99. It's normally $14.99.
We need
that
fire
is a crazy good deal. Like even for the base game with the Game of the Year edition, just as like that's still a great deal.
Oh, 100%. Now the chat may be thinking, well, wow, Zoo's character's robbing a tomb right now. What a fucking scumbag. And you'd be right.
I mean, I've done it.
I mean, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, we're absolutely robbing this fucking tomb.
Can't you be it wasn't Morrowind the game where you could first be like a werewolf or something?
Maybe, I mean. Oh yeah, in Blood Moon, yes. What am I saying? Yes. In Blood Moon, yes.
Yeah, that was like the big thing in like Skyrim, and they like brought that back.
Ooh, jackpot. Oh yeah. Emerald going in the stash. Did you get the artifact near Satanine? I didn't yet, Pyritosis, because there's actually a really, really strong fucking enemy in the way of doing that in my game. So that's kind of a mid-level dungeon now. Yeah, the Mentor's Ring, yeah, we're gonna get it eventually, but I'm not ready for that guy yet. There's an Ordinator in there guarding that tomb now. In my version of the mod. Yeah, it's scary as fuck now. Alright, we need to check the door for traps. No traps. So we're good, but we got ghosts. We got a ghostess. So because we have a ghostesses, we're gonna have to use magic because the regular attacks won't work on them. There you go. Have some beating. You too. You have some beating too. And you. Unhinging, always useful for somebody who really doesn't have much unlock potential. Exclusive invisibility, restore fatigue. Got a worthless old key, which I'm assuming are literally worthless old keys because it hasn't done anything so far. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this worthless old key back in. I think that's just OAAB loot that just fucks with you. Yeah, that worthless old key don't seem to do shit in here. Book of Dawn and Dusk, I'm not interested in. It's very common, and I just don't care. So it's just a religious text, and There's a million of them. Hopefully, I'll find some Ondusis in the first dungeon. I have plans for them. Oh, another asshole. There you go. Have some beaten.
Dude. I won't even need to buy any Steam games. Really.
Good Old Games is great.
Cause I'm looking through my free like Amazon Prime sub games, and it says I have over 108.
Good Lord, man.
And I've only bought two of those games on GOG, and that was The Suffering before they discontinued them for like $1 a piece.
Dude, The Suffering is supposed
Everything
to be...
else
I'm
I
excited
got
to try
free.
that eventually. Suffering is really good, apparently. Yeah, it's a little tomb we just found off that this isn't related to any quests or anything. It's just fucking here. That's the thing. Not every, unlike Skyrim and a lot of not every dungeon is related to a quest, Phil. You're going to stumble upon dungeons that are just fucking there. And you can either go there or not. And if you don't go there, that's okay too.
Yeah.
And it just gives you the appearance of a game world that's not just here for you. Which I feel like is very important, honestly. Ooh, silver candlesticks are very valuable. But now we're out of... Yeah, got light. Okay, it's time to look at our armor rating. We're going to have to drop some shit or use our own CV intervention. Probably use our own CV intervention. I don't feel like lugging all this shit back. So we got 6 and 5 on the bone mold. So we're going to go ahead and replace these gauntlets with these green bug gauntlets. There we go. And that'll let us sell some bone mold shit. And we're going to try to play the Dropsies game. So Iron Saber is worth the least, so we're going to drop it first. That'll let us move over here and grab that chitin cuirass, that piece of amber, and these gold coins. And then we're going to keep that saber there because we still got dungeon to explore. So we need to do that.
Whoa, I should buy that. Even though I already have a PS2 copy of it, I should definitely buy that for GOG.
Let's see. Pyratosis has found one. I'm going to have to bug those smugglers near Pelagian. Yeah, the smugglers always have the unhinging, right? Red diamond. Ooh. That's fucking nice find. Here's a corpse of a guy who tried to rob the tomb and failed terribly. Oh, and we're fucking... So we'll drop the iron dagger. Nothing, nothing. Nothing, and nothing. Alright, I think we're done.
Huh.
I think we're all done. There might be one more little side chamber here. Yeah, there is.
Dude, GOG has Legacy of Kain Blood Omen 2, 86% off. It's 97 cents.
I hear great
That's
things
insane.
about Legacy of Kain.
Oh my gosh, dude. Dude.
I think I'm going to
it's a
bed,
great
Brooks
series.
says. I have Easter festivities this afternoon. Good night. See you later. Thanks for coming out, Brooke. We appreciate it. We'll get back on Cobra Kai and Midnight Channel next week. Definitely, after all the festivities are over.
Sleep well, Brooke. Take care.
All right, yeah, we're done. And then the anticipations, which again I'm not really super interested in, but since it's all here, we'll go ahead and grab it. Grab it, because we're gonna use CV intervention to get the fuck out of here. Now I'm gonna show you a really good spell here, Phil. Really useful spell for you. Ready for it? Here we go.
Yeah.
It's called CV intervention. Let's say you're over encumbered. You've got too much shit and you can't lug it. Or let's say you get in real big trouble in a dungeon.
Yeah.
Just like that, you're back in town. So fucking useful.
The footage is still delayed for me.
Hey, Hagashaker, what's going on? Yeah, if you exit the video and re-enter the video, it'll buffer. Sometimes you got to do that on our end for whatever reason. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the buffering, but yeah, I have that problem too. Let's see here.
Well, no, I didn't get to see the spell. Oh well.
Need his fire eye.
What's the status on those egg poachers? Don't make me assign this to another person.
She's so nice.
I already told you how to get there, and I don't like repeating myself.
All right, well, here, egg poachers, sure.
You got both of them? Good. Here's your payment. 100 septums. And we've got some extra potions from a recent raid. Take these. They'll come in handy. Just tell me when you're ready for more orders. We have a contract from the Caldera Mining Company to kill 4 Telvanni agents responsible for trouble at the Caldera Mine.
All right, more kill. This lady just never enough body count for Edis, I'll tell you.
You taught those poachers a lesson. 4 Telvanni agents are responsible for thefts and disappearances at the Caldera Ebony Mines. Their names are Alinu Aralin, Sathasa Nerothrin, Fathina Herothrin, and Alvaleg. They're hiding in a cave in the hills north of Caldera Mine. When the 4 agents are dead, report back to me. Take care. It's very likely that one of them is on lookout posted outside the mines. The quickest way to Caldera is probably to have the guild guide at the Mages Guild transport you.
Fuck
but
that, we're walking.
Choice.
We always walk our first time so we can see the beautiful scenery. You're just lazy, Edis. All right, so another hit. Seems bossy. I like it, handheld gaming TV. Yeah, there's a certain magic to bossy ladies. There is. As someone who dates one, half kidding, sort of, maybe. Let's see here. We need thefts and disappearances. Tell us about these thefts and disappearances.
The Caldera Mining Company says they've learned a group of Telvanni agents are spying on the Caldera
Yeah?
mine works. There have been a number
Is
of
there a
ebony thefts,
mod
missing guards,
community
escaped
for
slaves,
Oblivion
and
and
these Telvanni
Skyrim
agents
like
are
there is for
responsible.
Morrowind, or do people just totally not mess with those games and just do Morrowind?
So the answer to that question depends on the context. So is there a modding community like the Morrowind modding community? No. No, there is not. For Oblivion, there's almost no modding community at all, hardly, anymore. Although there are some good mods that, in its prime, it was very active. And there's a lot of great mods that were made for Oblivion. Skyrim, yes, there is a mod community that actually surpasses Morrowind's in terms of sheer volume, but most of it are going to be titty mods and dress mods and fuck mods. And here's a Thomas the Tank Engine train in Skyrim, and wouldn't it be great if the dragons were Macho Man Randy Savage dragons? And that's the kind of shit that you get on these Skyrim mods. And the reason for that is Skyrim is a game that has been played by 50+ million people. Skyrim is a game for normies, and normies ruin everything. They show up, and they're not interested in the lore, which, to be fair, it's kind of hard to be interested in Elder Scrolls V's lore. It really is. And so they're not worried about crafting a game based on the existing lore. They're interested in crafting wouldn't this be interesting? Wouldn't it be interesting if Parthenox had a dildo head? Or wouldn't it be interesting if the blades were also clowns and had clown get-ups? And it's just this absolute hodgepodge of a community that basically ends up being like the Fortnite of the Elder Scrolls. Now, there are lore-friendly mods. There are mods that do try to keep to the lore friendliness of the Elder Scrolls V. There's Beyond Skyrim. There's Lordborn, which and Olenveld, which are really, really big projects. There's even interesting projects that, while not lore friendly, are just absolutely incredible in terms of the work done on them. Like that makes it kind of almost Dark Souls-esque. There's one mod. It's called Vigilant, that basically puts you in a dark, twisted Dark Souls style dark fantasy game. It's really cool.
Wow, I'd like to try that.
So, but in terms of, is there a community where almost the entire community is specifically focused on expanding and building on the lore that was set forward in the game itself? No, there's not. There is only one Morrowind modding community, and that's why I like to celebrate it so much. But
what about Oblivion? Do they have like lore-friendly stuff?
Yeah, they all do.
Really cool
They all do. There's a mod called Mostly Endless Jungle that makes Cyrodiil into a jungle like it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, yeah. There's good mods, but the problem with Oblivion is, like, there's Morrowind's community, which has always been here, and there's Oblivion's community, there's Oblivion's community, Morrowind's community, which has always been here. And there's Skyrim's community, which sucked everybody that wasn't dedicated to Morrowind out of Oblivion. Now, Oblivion died when Skyrim came out, mod-wise, to my understanding. Now, if I'm wrong, someone in the chat correct me on that, but my understanding is Oblivion is not a very active development place anymore. So, let's see what the chat. That opened up a lot of discussion in the chat. So, Hagashaker says, yes, Skyrim is absolutely massive, although nothing on par with OpenMW. The closest OpenMW in Skyrim might be the multiplayer mod or Skyblivion. Tindava says, look, if I want Magicka sabers like lightsabers in my Skyrim, don't hate. That said, yes, Skyrim has 100 times the size of Morrowind modding. I had a normie coworker mod in Harry Potter Spells and Wizards 101 stuff that I was like to play those games, bro. Yeah, again, it's got, Morrowind's, Skyrim is a massive modding community. It's the biggest modding community on the internet, except for Minecraft. I think Minecraft is bigger. But because of all of those people all putting their own unique whatever the fuck into the game, it is completely hodgepodge. They don't work together like the Morrowind modding community. And so what you have is, like, it's literally, like, you can basically mod Skyrim to be very lore friendly. But if you're taking all the most popular mods, it basically becomes like a Fortnite version, basically. Where you have Macho Man Randy Savage dragons and Thomas the Tank Engine bad guys that run into you, and and dildo hats and titty mods.
So pretty much what you're saying is it's like YouTube after it became monetized.
I don't know if I'd say that. It's its own thing, and a lot of it's impressive. It's just not my cup of tea, though. I much prefer this. So, Telvanni agents.
When the 4 Telvanni agents are dead, report back to me.
Yeah, she just wants body count, man.
She's Thieves Guild, a local dark elf. No one important.
With mods,
and this Caldera mind trouble has nothing to do with the Thieves Guild.
Most true to the game. Not some, like, Thomas the Tank Engine or, oh, look, I'm running around as, like, I have the dragon dagger from, like, Mighty Morphin Power.
Yeah, that's the kind of... Yeah. That's what you get in Skyrim. A lot. Not all, but a lot. That's a lot of what you get there. Hey, everybody should download Macho Dragons at least once. Macho Dragons is fucking hilarious. But Macho Dragons is not how I would want to play that game. Except for at least once to see the Macho Dragons. My understanding is it greatly expanded. And now you have different versions of Macho Man Randy Savage voicing the different dragons. And so you have, like, Macho Man Randy Savage shouting at Macho Man Randy Savage when you get to the Alduin Parthenox fight, which is amazing. Me flying through the sky like Doku. Nuh-uh. I remember I played Skyrim during COVID. I modded it a bit. Yeah, 100%. There's some really funny stuff there. Alrighty, so let's get on with this. So she just gave us an interesting piece of lore. Told me that the Telvanni are Thieves Guild, and their activity in Caldera is not a Thieves Guild.
Do you have more
job,
information on the Telvanni?
Yeah, she's setting us up for something.
He's Thieves Guild, a wood elf. The Telvanni prefer to hire Nords and wood elves when they can't get natives. I know nothing about him. But this is not a Thieves Guild job, so he has no protection.
Keep saying that.
She's been expelled from the Fighters Guild. She stole from her guild steward. She's stupid, but she can fight.
She
joined the Thieves Guild when we kicked her out, but she's nobody important. This Caldera mine trouble is not
I wonder
a
if
Thieves
that
Guild
real
job.
Oblivion like remake or whatever is true, because if it is,
seems to be.
I bet it's gonna make either the. Wonder if it'll make the price of Oblivion Game of the Year edition go up or go down.
Depends on how Bethesda. Depends on how bad they fuck it up. So anyway,
She's Thieves Guild, a local dark elf. She's known on Azura's coast. She could be trouble. But like I told you, this Caldera mine trouble is not a Thieves Guild job.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
I told you, this Caldera mine trouble is not a Thieves Guild job. Yes, they are Thieves Guild. And if you belong to the Thieves Guild and you murder a Thieves Guild member, you get expelled. But it's only murder if the crime is reported. And you're not going to report it, are you?
You're a savage,
and after all, I'm your Fighters Guild steward, and I'm giving you a job to do. Don't make me wonder about where your loyalties lie.
All right. Well, you're a savage, boo. You're a straight savage. Let's go sell off this shit and go get our claymore. And then we'll head to Caldera. So we're heading over to the pawnbroker. Our friend.
Now, where did I put that?
So my friend watched me and said I looked like Snufkin from Moomin Trolls. That sounds like Skyrim, all right. And then I doubt it's releasing on the 21st, Hagashager said. Yeah, that's a little soon.
Outlander.
I don't know if I believe that, but it looks real.
And what can I do for you this time? Can I interest an Outlander like you in a little Morrowind lore?
It's either real or it's one of those really, really good fake video games that Eyepatch Wolf talks about.
Which game?
The Oblivion remake. It's either real or it is a really, really, really good fake video game hoax. Like Eyepatch Wolf talked about in this video. A lot of loot from that last mission. Shadow, we're going to keep the exclusive invisibility. You never know. We're going to keep the common disease. Don't need dispel with my build. Keep the quality restore fatigue. Can't sell that. Gonna keep the restore health. Gonna keep the restore strength. You will see why in time. We're absolutely keeping the restore strength.
Hey, chat. Everybody listen. This is very important.
All right.
Okay? Very, very important. I just bought the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind game.
Oh, one of us! One of us! One of us!
Celebrate!
One of us! One of us! Yes! That's awesome, Phil.
I also bought Legacy of Kain Blood Omen 2 and The Witcher Enhanced Edition.
Well, none of that matters. The important thing is you bought the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind.
I mean, those other cool games are cool too. But yes, I bought.
Tandava says, under Moon and Star, we greet you warmly, Phil.
Oh, thank you. Now I just got to get it all like set up, download, and figure out the mods or whatever. Maybe Zoo needs to do a live stream mod tutorial, like which mods.
Do you want to live stream us building your mod list? Do you want to do that?
That'd be kind of cool.
We can do that. We can do that.
We
can do that, homie. Yeah, I'm down. It's cool, man, but you'll never be sitting on your couch after school booting up Morrowind on your Xbox.
Oh, yeah, I will, because I got an Xbox. I just got to get a copy of it.
And Phil, you're the type that would play it as well as the PC, just to see what's different.
Oh, yeah. I would. I probably put it on like 10 minutes. I'm like, ugh, what the
So Hagashager gives good advice with one exception. Hagashager says, watch Zarek Zakarin he's talking about. He has a ton of videos for helping new players. I will give a caveat to that. You should watch Zarek Zakarin regardless. He's a fantastic Morrowind creator. He does a lot of Elder Scrolls content. He's fantastic. But you don't need to watch his tutorial videos because you're friends with Zoo, Uncle Zoo. Uncle Zoo will set you up with a perfect mod list. But you should still watch Zarek Zakarin's content.
I will listen.
Zarek Zakarin you should watch. You should watch Borean Knight. You should watch Warlocracy. Phil, you should watch Get Shiver. Professor Boondoggle. There's some really, really, really great content creators in this space that are all fantastic. And they might show you mods.
Awesome.
So the mod list I'm going to set you up with is pretty basic. They might show you a mod that, like, holy shit, I have to get that, man. And you might want to get that instead. So I think with the Iron Claymore, you might be able to afford a silver Claymore.
I'll take Zoo's starter pack.
For sure, but definitely, like I said, you definitely want to watch those other streamers, like, definitely, because they will give you ideas.
You're in the Razorhold,
and
best weapons shop in Balmora. And you're talking to Thorek, the best smith in Balmora.
Also, Morrowind modding showcases. Watch Morrowind modding showcases. Like, he only updates, like, every 3 fucking months these days. But I can't throw shade at that because that's me too. But his content is fantastic, and it's a large part, him and Warlocracy are a large part of why this community continued to thrive, even in the dark times of, like, post-Skyrim. So, like, you owe your fealty to those two channels in particular, no matter what. Because they're a big part. I shit you not, they're a huge part of why we're actually all still here. And why the community is in the shape it's in. That and Tamriel Rebuilt. Coffee Nut Gaming. Yeah, Pyritosis also says Coffee Nut Gaming. Another great one. If you want to look for, like, great skills on how to he does these great build guides, like how to spell sword, how to warrior. Here's 5 interesting items to go look at, because the game's fucking massive. And he'll tell you all kinds of amazing, crazy shit that you can do. Like, yeah, definitely get in on that too. Yes. Warlocracy is another very good one. I quite enjoy him. I do enjoy Warlocracy for all the obscure Russian OG Fallout mods he covers, yes. And then make Morrowind perfect again. A lantern that can burn for 27 in real life years. Ooh. Anyway, go ahead, Phil.
I got all those games for $4.93 because I had $3.52 on my PayPal from a payout that I had. So I just got those games for like half the price.
No,
they were costing.
This is the way, my friend. That is how it's done. So I had that.
I think I got Morrowind for like $3 in.
All right, we're gonna want to do our.
I look forward to playing it because I never got to play Morrowind, and I remember being so upset that they didn't have Morrowind like on the PS2 back then. I thought, oh my gosh, the game looks so cool, open world RPG, go around, do everything, and it was like the big reason to get an Xbox over the PS2, along with Star Wars KOTOR, and I was so bummed by that because I wanted an original Xbox for this big grandiose RPG.
Well, I hear that,
and I never got it, and then I just forgot about it, and then finally got to play one with Oblivion. But I always heard Morrowind's better. Morrowind has werewolves. Morrowind this, Morrowind that. And then when Skyrim came out, oh, we can finally be a werewolf again. We couldn't do it in Oblivion, now we can, and blah blah blah. So, getting to play Morrowind's going to be a great experience.
I mean, Morrowind is incredible. I'm not going to live to lie. The big OG Xbox loaded games faster than the PS2. It did, and that's probably why they chose it. And but then Pyritosis says lie. Not gonna lie. Okay, yeah.
The graphics did look better too, and I think you could actually output. It could actually output what 1080i or something like that.
Well, you got to remember. You've got to remember that OG Morrowind in that era, in 2002, that was a beast of a fucking game. That was an absolute beast of a game to run.
It's just kind of like how Oblivion was. Like Oblivion, getting them running Oblivion on consoles was pretty impressive too.
Shall we paint this, Chet? I think we need to paint this.
We should. We should. That looks pretty.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Let's paint that.
Oh, you should have done a realistic one with color.
Well, that's what we're going to be doing, but we're just setting up right now because I'm doing the pencil sketch, and that can have some color, but right now we're just looking at... There we go. And when you get the paint supplies, that's how you get the really colorful drawings, which I just don't have right now. I just don't have the art skill right now to do this justice, sadly. But we'll come back when the art skill is up. And we're going to make this skill level 12. Yep, zoom, nope. We need to take some of that contrast up. There it is. Yeah, okay, well, we'll have to come back. That's the kind of landscape we'll need. We'll need better skills to paint, but not bad. We'll call that Odai Source. Well, if I could spell it would fucking help. And hey, see, you gotta do these drawings. You gotta draw in order to get your skills up. You gotta draw to become a better drawer. You gotta write to be a better writer. You gotta stream to become a better streamer. You just gotta... Hell is repetition, but repetition is also what gets you fucking good. Let's see. Man, OG Xbox had some goated games. Xbox needs to hire someone that remembers what made their console what it was. Morrowind, Knights of the Old Republic, etc. Fuck yes. Now, what's ironic about that is...
Knights of the Old Republic, what happened to that remake they announced like 3 or 4, was it 4 years ago?
I think it's probably DOA now, sadly.
Yeah, I think it is too, which is a bummer. It kind of it's kind of starting to remind me of, and tell me if y'all remember this, it kind of reminds me of Capcom's
had enough of your bullshit, sir.
Deep Down. Y'all remember Deep Down? On like the PS3 Deep Down. It was supposed to be like a
sort
Capcom,
of, yeah.
A Souls-like, yeah. With online time, that got buried and just disappeared from the face of the earth.
That's what I remember.
And it looks so cool.
Oh no, I forgot there's a Nord lady in that smuggler's cave with a big two-hander, and me being an Altmer with 35 health. Ooh, yeah, they couldn't remake it. They lacked the talent of 2002 BioWare. Yeah. BioWare's on the struggle bus right now. Like, I haven't played the Veilguard. It just did not look interesting to me. Again, I'm not gonna give it a review. I don't know how good it is or not. I didn't play. It looks
far into like modern, like I'm sorry, but they've gotten too much into like, oh, let's pick a side and let's give into all these kind of I don't know.
I don't necessarily know if it's that. Like, the thing is, Baldur's Gate has a lot of that too, and it's a good game, so we don't care. But we don't care if you make a good game. We don't give a shit. Just make a good game, and it looked to me like
Baldur's Gate wasn't making a game for that. It had those things in it, but they were making a.
The goal was to make a good game. Yeah, exactly.
That they were making a good game, and it doesn't matter if you put certain kind of characters, relationship stuff in it, those kind of games. Mass Effect had it, and it was great. But it's when you make a game for that reason, and then you build the game around it.
Not good.
It comes out as a garbage game.
Not good. There we go. Okay.
Oh,
I'll
The
deal with
thing
what you
is
said.
ugly.
My
What the-
apologies, Phil, but I'm in a life or death right now. This is not something I wanted to encounter this early. Okay, we're good.
Oh god,
That's a fucking ailment. But anyway, yeah, Dragon Age. What I would say is yes. I think you're right. I think that one, they set out to make a Dungeons and Dragons game as if there's a real games master on the table. I think that's a big part of it. Where Veilguard looked to me like, for one, all the decisions, like you have like 3 decisions I think they reported that actually matter fucking at all in that game, and the rest just don't matter, which is crazy if you know anything about Dragon Age.
I know quite a bit. I played the first one, and there was a lot of choices. There was a lot of like, you could have characters die, you could have characters betrayed, you could have.
Well, to be straight with you, it's the whole fucking point of Dragon Age.
I know, like, and it was actually like
it's the whole
like
point.
RPG with some strategy and choices, and it.
So if you're not gonna have that, what's the point? We need to eat.
And it all started when with what was it? The third Dragon Age game. I don't remember.
Well, the second one, second one, I think it was Dragon Age 2 was reviewed horribly. Like everybody said that game is like choices, and then Inquisition did okay, but everybody's like it's still not Origin's greatness. And then Veilguard just seemed to lose all that, man.
Be worse than 2, yeah. See, and that's the thing.
Well, I don't know if it's worse than 2. I don't know. I haven't played it, so
none of their games have been able to live up to the first one.
Yeah, the only thing I can tell folks with honesty is
like it's
Veilguard.
A Morrowind situation.
Hold on. So Veilguard did not look interesting to me. That's the only thing. I've not played Veilguard, so I'm not saying it's a bad game. I don't know, but it does not look interesting. It does not. To quote Deviath Fear, sorry, not interesting. I know you can't help it, but you are not interesting, and I don't have time to spend on boring people. As old Deviath Fear says, like, sorry, not interesting. And that's kind of how I viewed Veilguard.
And that's the thing. I mean, there's so many games coming out all the time. Why would you want to waste your money on a game that isn't up to the quality that the original game was?
So
all the way back on the 360 and the PS3, like that.
So,
is
dude,
insane.
now you're speaking my language, homie, because I say this about Nintendo all the time. My whole point about Nintendo games is to say, hey, I play Mario Brothers 3 every single year. Mario Brothers 3 is a masterpiece. I can play it over and over and over again. If you can't if you can't meet or exceed the standards of Mario Brothers 3, why the fuck would I play the new Mario Brothers? Why wouldn't I just go play Mario Brothers 3?
I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite Mario games is Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario Brothers World.
Those are always the 2 games that everybody says.
Those are the best.
And
I do have a fun for the first one, but it just hasn't really aged well. But and 2 wasn't even really a Mario game. It was some other game, and they changed the characters to Mario. It's fine, but that game is so dang difficult.
So we got
frustrating.
So we got a live chat here. Chuck Connor says Dragon Age, they changed it from a dungeon crawler low fantasy RPG to a Mary Sue simulator. So again, and I don't necessarily know about that. I assume you played it. I haven't. But I definitely hear you on the low fantasy. It very much seems like what you're getting in that game is more high fantasy, more humorous, more like all kinds of things instead of that low, down in the dirt political fantasy, right?
I mean, the first game was a very dark and gritty action fantasy.
Where are your clothes?
It was dark. It was dark fantasy, like very dark.
Where is this gentleman's clothes?
It was very good, and I don't know, man. They just they ruined it. Like they ruined it. So
we'll deal with you on the way back, sir.
I wouldn't even trust them to okay, let's remake it. No, I wouldn't even trust them to do that. Like, I wouldn't even trust them to want to remaster it because they'd probably censor something.
So it's the same problem that Bethesda has, right? Which is the Ship of Theseus problem. If you look at, and what the Ship of Theseus is if a ship if you take a ship apart, let's say you have the USS Callister, right? And you take every piece of the USS Callister off of the USS Callister, and you rebuild it with entirely new parts, the USS Callister, is it still the USS Callister? Genuine question. Genuine question, guys.
No, because there's nothing from that original ship in it.
That's what's happening.
If anything, maybe you'll put the sign back on there, but it's like it's just a sign. Like, no. I mean, it's just like with Demon Souls remake, and I might get people mad at me, but y'all just copy and pasted what From Software did in the early 2000s.
I don't know you.
But
what do you want?
You didn't do anything else with it. You didn't add anything.
You don't know.
You could have.
Well, hold on now, Phil. Hold on now. We wouldn't know anything about these Telvanni agents here, would you?
No, I haven't seen any Telvanni agents around here. Although now that you mention it,
I don't know.
He's gonna fight. Yep, and that's what you get, you little bitch. But no, I definitely get what you're saying. But yeah.
We got off on totally like tangent.
Well, that's okay. We can do that. We do that all the time on these streams. But I just wanted to make sure that I want to make sure that chat got what just happened. This little fucker tried to backstab us. It failed spectacularly. But hey, that's a nice longbow. We'll go ahead and take that away from you. I like that a lot. And you've got a 7 shield, and my shield is a 7, so your shield is lighter. So we're gonna get that too. And God, that's always a badass looking shield, but now we gotta redo our shit here. So we're gonna
take his weapon too.
I took one of his weapons. I'm not really interested in his heavy ass other shit, just because it's not as good as my stuff.
I know, but you can sell it at least.
You can, but there's gonna be there. I promise there's gonna be better stuff in the dungeon we're about to enter, and again, we're very limited on space, so. You got to make these kind of on-the-fly decisions.
You never paid for those backpack upgrades, did you?
I haven't got the backpack. Well, yeah, I need to get a backpack, but I didn't have the money at the time.
You definitely need to.
Definitely need to get the backpack, yeah. So we're looking for the shield. So, there, not the steel shield. We want the dragon shield. Where the fuck is it? Did I pass it?
Can you play this with a controller, or is it only keyboard and mouse on PC?
You can play it on a controller. There is a setup to do that, but I've yet to be able to wrap my brain around it. I guess I'll have to watch more Rick and Morty in order to make sure I can do that one right. Because I always fuck it up, man. So need more Rick and Morty. Let's see. That armor's 4. My armor is 7, so we're not replacing armor. Okay. And now we got a longbow, which is very exciting because we can do some ranged attacks now. And I'm actually quite good at ranged attacks. And this longbow actually hits decently. Okay, let's see what we got in the chat. And Grave Ring of Healing says, yes, back to Resdane. Creeper approves. Pyrotosa says grandfather's axe. So talking about kind of what I was saying with the Ship of Theseus, or the he's using the grandfather's axe example. If grandfather passes you an axe, and every piece of that axe over time is replaced because the axe is damaged or destroyed, eventually it's grandfather's axe, sure, but it's not really grandfather's axe, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the... So yeah, these game studios, almost nothing of the original studios that made the games you love remains. It's all new people and concepts, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But it does carry limitations. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got a few shots off, didn't we? Time to crowd control.
I just feel like when it comes to modern games, it's mostly dead. It feels like a hollow, like from Dark Souls, like a husk. Like there's hardly any left. I mean, every once in a while we'll get a glimmer of hope and there'll be a quality game that comes out. But 9 times out of 10, it's just regurgitated crap. It's kind of like Hollywood. I mean, you get movies that are just 90% CGI and just inflated budgets, and it's just bad. You have to like really look and search to try to find some quality these days.
Right.
And it
sucks. I hear that. All right, she has
especially
nice
when prices keep going up on everything. You know, streaming services, your video games,
right,
entertainment. Yeah, you're constantly getting taken advantage of by the companies, and they try to sell you on what you think is a good product, but really they're selling you AAA shovelware.
That's
That's
why
what
you
they're
don't buy.
selling
Yeah, and
you.
that's
They're
why you
not
don't.
selling you quality AAA experiences anymore, like you used to get years ago. No, you're getting AAA shovelware.
Well, that's why you don't buy that shit.
Oh.
Well, I guess that's the best solution. Is like if gamers would just stop buying it. Got to be advocates for your own happiness. Nobody else is going to advocate for it.
I
Let's
know.
see here. Then we've got yes, back to Resdane, Rick and Mart. Yeah, good old Rick and Mart. You need Szechuan sauce for controller keybinds, and Grape says.
Oh god.
Paratos says DEI, Sweet Baby Inc. and Concord flat. There is no soul there. It's all cash grab for the normies. Yeah, I've read some of that stuff, and I think some of that's overblown. I don't think it helps. Like, I guess the question is, like, even from like if you are a socially conscious perspective, if I was a socially conscious person, and I'm not the most, but if I was, my question would be, why do you need to hire an outside advocate to do that? Shouldn't you, if you're so socially conscious, shouldn't you be able to do that on your own? It just seems like a big waste of money, and it doesn't really help that games are $70 now. So, like, okay, like, I'm not against the socially conscious stuff, but why do you need an outside studio to come in and teach you how to do that? Like, shouldn't you have some of those people that can advise you on that in your studio if you're so socially conscious? It just seems hollow and fake to me. And I think it seems hollow and fake to a lot of people. And I think that is the problem with those particular initiatives, right? And then you'll own nothing and be happy, Mr. Klaus Schwab. Well, yeah, get in your get in your tube. Get in your fucking tube. Get in your wagey cagey and get in your tube. I think that's kind of how that joke goes. Right?
Yeah. But my thing is, it's like, though they want to do those kind of things, like, I don't get the outsourcing thing. You shouldn't even have to. Like,
that's
how
my
many
point,
developers and people that work at your company? It makes no sense to me at
like,
all.
Yeah, shouldn't you have if diversity is important to you, shouldn't you already have that built into your company? And if you don't, and you have to bring in outsiders just to put diversity into your game, that's kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like that.
But honestly,
and maybe that means that you're not as socially conscious as you think you are. So something we're thinking about. Again, I'm not against any of that. I'm just saying that I think you're fake ass. That's all I'm saying. I think a lot of you, if you have to hire an outside company to do that, I think you're fake. And I think I think the people that are truly socially conscious smell that you're fake, and so they don't buy your game. And the people that are reflexively reactionary against any kind of social consciousness, they're not going to buy it. I mean, so it kind of puts you up shit creek without a paddle, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I would actually see it as insulting to those people.
Could be.
For like, oh, this game is supposed to be diversifying and
sure, and
inclusive,
it could be. I try not to speak for other folks, but it could be.
When you look at it through a proper lens, it's none of those things. It's an insult. It's disrespectful to those people that want that, but then it's also disrespectful to other people as well. And it's like, if you're going to make those kind of like games or entertainment or whatever, it needs to be people that are truly, care about these.
Well, look at a game like look at a game like House of look at a game like hold on now. Look at a game like House of Fata Morgana, the visual novel like that, right? Or look at a game like what is it? I can't think. Not True Colors. I never played that one, but it was the first one in the series. Not Stranger Things. Life is Strange. Life is Strange. Yeah, Life is Strange is awesome, and it's very socially conscious, and it comes from a place, like a genuine place where people were talking about like genuine issues that they felt strongly about, and you can tell. You can fucking tell, and nobody complains, to my knowledge. Aside from, I'm sure there's reactionaries that do because it gets clicks, but to my knowledge, there's not anybody who bitches and complains about that game. Like,
it was a fantastic game.
Yeah, like
fantastic game.
The main thing people are upset about is the ones that are fake.
I thought the first Last of Us was great, but then it's like, when
Ooh,
they
this
see
was a
that,
jackpot,
and then,
man. Holy shit, yeah.
And it becomes like, oh, now we have to make this because a certain social media, or because we have to, they lose the message, and that's with anything these days. It's like when they start chasing the money and they're no longer passionate and they're not doing things because they really care, then you can start seeing the cracks, and that's when things get bad.
Right.
And Nintendo's experience.
Pyratosis says it's virtue signaling and money laundering. I don't know about any of that, so hashtag don't know. But it definitely seems hollow to me. But I don't know anything about money laundering. I'm not going to make that claim. I don't know. Because now we're getting into potential criminal or moral accusations, and I don't necessarily want to do that because I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow, we can do some cave fishing right here. That'd be awesome. Come back, you little fucker. Fishing. Do we want to do some cave fishing? Let's try some cave fishing out. Let's fucking do it. We're gonna use.
Once you kill these creatures.
Yeah, once we kill the assholes that nobody wants because they're fucking shit food anyway. All right,
time to fish. After all that talk about negative stuff, let's relax with some fishing, y'all.
Oh, we can, yeah. I mean, I'll talk about anything. I got nothing. Like I tell everybody, like, you want to talk about something, we can talk about it. I got nothing to hide, but it's I just a lot of this stuff I'm just not going to know about because that's kind of my position on games. If I've not played it, like, I can't partake in the fun of bashing on something or praising something because I just haven't played it. And that's kind of what it is. So I can give you an analysis of Dragon Age, but I can't actually tell you whether the game's good or not. I can only tell you it did not interest me. But again, it's hard to interest me. Morrowind is like the thing that interests me all the time. Did you... Daedric Spear at level 1 Pyratosis has. Holy shit. Is that in Iberdad? Did you go to Iberdad right off the fucking bat?
When was your first experience with Morrowind 2?
2002. Yeah, it was when it came out. I'm an old winder. I'm an old winder for sure.
Did you buy like a physical copy on Xbox, or you just played?
No, I have the original. I don't think there's anything in this game. I think we killed it all. But I'm PC. I actually have the Xbox game of the. I have the Xbox Game of the Year now. I just haven't played it yet.
You have the original like PC big box?
I do.
Oh, cool. Did it come with any cool stuff in there?
Yeah, not as much as like the Ultima big black box games, which were always my favorite. But they're really, really cool stuff. Oh, you did the unmarked quest. You did the mine, the lost mine. Okay, Pyratosis. But yeah, like in general, my whole thing. Oh, god damn it! There's a fucking cliff racer. God damn it! I'm at really fucking low. Do I have any health?
Speaking of Ultima,
I do.
I probably should have looked for that on here.
Ultima. Well, Ultima. So okay. Caveat, buddy. Caveat. You need to listen very carefully to me on this. Ultima 6 or Ultima 7, and that's it. Okay.
What about Ultima 8 Gold Edition?
No. Listen. Clean your ears out. Clean your ears out, Pops, and listen to me very carefully. Ultima 6 and Ultima 7. Or Ultima 7 Serpent Isle. And that's it. I really, really need to stress this for new people that are into Ultima. That doesn't mean the other games aren't incredible. They are. They're awesome. But for newbies, I need you to start somewhere where it's not gonna lose you immediately. And that's gonna be Ultima 6 or Ultima 7 or Ultima 7 Serpent Isle.
Hey, this game is free. Ultima Worlds of Adventure 2, Martian
Dreams is free? You should get Martian Dreams, buddy. There is nothing else in the world. It's like Morrowind. There is nothing else in this world like Martian Dreams. Nothing.
It looks old.
It is old. Yeah, Chuck Connor says Ultima is too old school for me, and that's why I stress. Ultima 7, Ultima 6. It is too late to do your naked ass quest, but we will come back later and do your naked man quest, okay, dude? I just can't right now. I just can't. We got to get some sleep. We got to get this quest turned in. But I can't handle OG Fallout. OG Fallout is a lot newer than even Ultima. I mean, Ultima 6, Ultima 7 is 1991, I think. Or 1992. It's 1992. Because that's also when Star Control 2 came out. We're going to live stream Star Control 2, chat. I'm gonna make you guys watch Star Control 2.
Dude, what is going on? Worlds of Ultima: The Savage Empire is free.
Savage Empire is good. Yeah.
Is free as well.
Yeah, if they're free, get them. Yeah, Savage Empire is interesting. Martian Dreams is very interesting. You'll get to meet Nikola Tesla in. You will meet Nikola Tesla in Martian Dreams. There's nothing in the world like that game.
Why are all these Ultima games so dirt cheap? They're like $1 or something.
Because Ultima started in 1979, and the newest games were like 1998 or 1997. That is an old ass series. Now I will argue that you will absolutely get your money's worth out of something like Ultima 7. But there's just
go ahead, stranger.
They're really old, Phil. They're real old. Let's see. I have a real life friend of mine that fell in love with Asian's Call when it came out, so he's always comparing everything to that. Chuck Connor said, dang, games used to advance so fast, 1991 to 1997. Then compare it to today, games don't look any different from 10 years ago. Yeah, it's the diminishing returns of graphics, buddy. I talk about this on a lot of my Liquored Up lives. It's diminishing returns, man. And yeah, you're going to have that, sadly.
I'm listening.
Okay, so
something to say to me?
Thus ends our Fighters Guild day. We're going to turn this quest in. We're going to go rest up at Skooma Daddy Caius's house. And then we're going to join the Mages Guild. And we're going to have a go at that. Sound like a plan, Stans?
Nice. I got those 3 Ultima games because they're free.
That's awesome. And no, genuinely, genuinely awesome games. Don't listen to these folks. But yeah, if it's free, there's no reason to do that.
I need to know.
There's no reason not to get them if they're free.
You got all 4?
Those are great.
Good. That'll make some people at Caldera Mining Company very happy. And here's 400 septums.
Nice!
Caldera Mining Company pays well. And when you're ready for more orders, let me know.
Do you play any real-time strategy? Well, yeah, I mean, StarCraft, Warcraft 3 and StarCraft. Fucking chef's kiss games. Very good, both of those.
Okay,
and for grand strategy games, Chuck Connors, I also play Stellaris.
And Ultima 7, but I can't straight up buy Ultima 6. It only comes in a pack of 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, okay, yeah. 5 is not really... I don't like to direct people to 5. But you should buy Ultima 7. How much is it?
Well, 4, 5, and 6 is $1.49.
Oh my God! For 4, 5, just pay it. Fuck, that's not for 6. That's worth it for 6. The other games I like, which I will always recommend these to folks: Master of Magic and Master of Orion. These are games that if I'm not playing Morrowind, I'm usually on PC playing those games. Master of Magic, Master of Orion, Elder Scrolls Morrowind, Star Control 2. Ultima 7 I revisit about every 5 or 6 years, right? But yeah, those are my fucking jam, man. And Stellaris is excellent, and Gravedigger Healing says, yeah. I just got attacked by an Argonian innkeeper. Innkeeper Calculus. We'll have to avoid that guy. I don't want to be attacked. Do we get any advancement?
The Fighters Guild recognizes you.
Yeah!
You are now the apprentice. Your talents are noteworthy.
Okay, so we're now an apprentice in the Fighters Guild. Fuck yeah! Let's go sell our shit off and call it a fucking day.
Yes.
Selling our shit, selling our
So
shit.
the last Ultimate game was 9.
Yeah, 9 is terrible. But very ambitious. It was just
cool.
EA rushed it. EA at that point, Origin Systems was under the control of Electronic Arts, which rushed and killed it. And on top of that, the technology to do what Richard Garriott wanted the game to do just wasn't there. It just wasn't. So that game suffered for a lot of fucking reasons. Like it really should have been much better than it was. But again, a lot of it was not.
So there's never
under
been an
Garriott's.
Ultimate 10?
Nope.
Why hasn't somebody taken Ultimate 9 and like modded it to where it was good?
I don't know, but they should do that. They should absolutely do that. That's a great idea.
You heard him, Morrowind group. Get on it.
No, I would be all for that, honestly, man.
Okay, so what's those other games you talked about I need to look up?
Star Control 2, but that's free. You don't even have to. You want to look up the Urquan Masters is what you want to look up now. They can't call it Star Control 2 anymore because EA sits on the rights to that one too. I hate EA so much. They killed so many fucking great PC companies. And so they sit on so many fucking great properties. But the then dash Quan. Quan, the Urquan Masters. And it's a completely free game put out by the original creators, the original creative team of the games. The only difference is it's on its own website. It might be on GOG. It's on Steam. But it's free. It's completely free. It's called the Urquan. If you just type in the Urquan Masters, you'll find like 5 or 6 places to buy it at. And that is Star Control 2. Oh shit, I oversold. But it's Star Control, it's one of my favorite games of all time, bar none. Infinitely replayable even today. It is infinitely fucking replayable. They don't make games like they will never make games like Star Control 2 again, ever. Let's see here. 1,196. So we're going to go ahead and sell the longbow too. It's completely free. And they did that because fuck EA. That's what I love about that particular release is, yeah, they literally called it the Urquan Masters and said, yeah, fuck you, EA. Like, people are going to be able to play this game. Do you play any MMOs? Nope. I played a little bit of World of Warcraft back in the day, and then got terrified, like with Stardew Valley, that this game was going to suck my entire life force out, so I stopped playing it immediately. But it's not because it's a bad game, and it's not because it was bad at what it does. It's because I know that if I play that, I'll never get out from under it. I know that.
In Balmora.
And not today, Satan. Take all 40 steel bolts, and now we've got a badass crossbow for straight up damage. So yeah, I don't play any MMOs just because I'm scared of them. I know that with my addictive personality, like, I won't do anything else then.
What do you want?
I don't like MMOs. I just can't get into them. There's something off-putting about them. It just
you're not the only one that says that.
That I enjoy from a single player game that I just don't feel like there's just something about the menus, the UI, just
all the people running around in the world and just the slow progress because it's MM. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't feel right. It feels
Just not
weird.
a fan, yeah.
And no matter which ones they are, like I know a lot of people play Final Fantasy 14 online. I don't care. That is not a Final Fantasy game to me. I don't like it. It feels weird. It just feels awful. And you know what? I can tell you that Final Fantasy 14, in my opinion, is better than 15 and Final Fantasy 13. I haven't played 16, so I can't give any feedback.
I fucking hated 13. Hated 13.
Yeah.
13, but you got to understand, I want to give the chat kind of a timeline for me so you can see where I come from on that.
I haven't much time.
So, oh my God, we're still tired after sleeping 8 hours? God, we about ran our character to death. We're going to sleep for a little bit longer, man. So let me give you a little bit of a reference point from what I'm talking about there, guys. When I came back to gaming, it was after like a 10, 15-year period. And one of the games I played, so the last Final Fantasy I played before playing Final Fantasy 13 was Final Fantasy 6. So imagine the fucking whiplash of going from a game like Final Fantasy 6 to Final Fantasy 13. And with that, I believe the chat will completely understand my perspective. It was fucking awful, man. I keep gemstones because I'm a nasty horde goblin. So I'm keeping all these fucking gemstones. Okay, there we go. Looks nice. You abandoned gaming for 13 years? That's crazy. What did you do? Played my Super Nintendo. Largely. I mean, we had a 64 in the house. I played some games. Like, I played GoldenEye. I played Star Fox 64. I played Zelda Ocarina of Time. But yeah, for a long time, I came back with the Wii. And keep in mind, that's console gaming, not necessarily PC gaming. So I played on the PC. I also played on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. But yeah, I wasn't interested in GameCube, wasn't interested in the Nintendo 64, and couldn't give a shit less what Sony was doing at the time. Yeah, hordes, Gimmerolds, yeah. So I wouldn't say I abandoned gaming. I need to be more clear on that, because communication is a responsibility of the sender. I didn't abandon gaming, but I abandoned console gaming largely.
So what was the other thing? You said you played some kind of space game? What was it? Star
Control. It's the Urquan Masters, yeah.
No, you said Starfield?
Master of Orion's, but yes. Oh, Stellaris.
I'm waiting.
Stellaris, Phil, you need... Phil, not Starfield, no. Fuck that. Stellaris. Stellaris, I want you to watch videos before you commit to buying Stellaris, because Stellaris, unlike all the other games we've talked about, is going to be expensive. Like, really expensive. Like, depending on how many packs you get, prohibitively expensive. So I want to make sure you watch some videos and you like it before you commit to that.
I'm looking at a lot of Starlaris. My
You want to join the Mages Guild?
Starlaris Overlord, Starlaris Oxlord.
Also, yeah, I want to talk to you about which ones to get.
Which one?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a Stellaris is a lot, man. It's a grand strategy game. It's a lot to take in. Let's see here. So we're gonna join the Mages Guild. You look like you could the sort that could use in the Mages Guild. Will you take the Mages Guild oath and join the guild? Well, what is the oath?
Perform any duties assigned to you by the masters of the guild. Learn from them and grow strong. Always share your knowledge freely with other guild members. Never strike or steal from another guild member. Does this appeal to you?
Yes, I would like to join. You'll also notice, Philly, that the way they do questing in this game, notice that it's not just a guild quest line. There's lots of different branches of these guilds throughout the world that all have their own thing going on. So you're not just like, oh, the Mages Guild is a quest line. and the Fighters Guild is a quest line. There are probably a dozen Mages Guild branches and a dozen Fighters Guild branches in Morrowind, in Cyrodiil, and Skyrim. And each of them is going to have unique quests for you to do. You are now a member of the Mages Guild. Welcome, associate. When you are ready, you can ask for duties to perform. And once you are ready, you can ask me about advancement in the guild. Well, I'll be damned. What are the rules?
Perform any duties assigned to you by the masters of the guild. Learn from them and grow strong. Always share your knowledge freely with other guild members. Never strike or steal from another guild member.
And what duties do you have for me?
I don't have any duties for an associate. Speak with me again when you have proven yourself. In the meantime, speak with Ajira. I believe she may have some small tasks for you.
All right. Ajira! Ajira, where you at?
Have y'all played, have you played the Starfield game?
Stellaris? You keep saying Starfield,
no,
it's throwing me
one
off. I've not played it, and I have no interest in it. Again, not interesting to me. Hello, Ajira!
I wonder if it's good for you. Good, because it's supposed to be Bethesda's big new thing, and it came out, and now I don't hear a peep of it.
It's everybody's favorite Khajiit alchemist, Ajira. What brings you to Ajira's shop? Do you want duties from Ajira? Do you want the local brews? Or to help in a fight? Some Telvanni bug musk? Or a way to reach the high places? We're here for duties. Yes, Ajira has duties for you. Before Ajira can become a journeyman in the Mages Guild, Ajira must study local mushrooms. Okay? To finish Ajira's report, Ajira needs samples of Luminous Rusula, Violet Caprinus, Bungler's Bane, and Haifa Fascia. Ajira knows you can find all of these on the Bitter Coast. The easiest way is to go southwest of Balmora through the hills, and then along the River Odai until you ascend the Odai Plateau, and then find a path west over the hills. All right, what kind of mushrooms do we got here? Let's talk about Violet. Caprinus comes from long-stemmed toadstools, which glow blue at night. Luminous Rusula. Rusula comes from a short, smelly toadstool, which is brown on top. Hafia Fascia? Hafia Fascia looks much like Bungler's Bane and grows like a shelf on trees and other things. Haifa Fascia is safe to eat, but make sure it is not Bungler's Bane. And then Bungler's Bane. Bungler's Bane grows on trees and sometimes other things. It looks like the tree has brown shelves. Ajira warns you to not eat Bungler's Bane. All right. Let's go mushroom hunting.
Maybe I want to.
Maybe I want to. Phil, do you want to eat a Bungler's Bane? Are we going to do that? Are you gonna urge me to eat?
Sure.
Let's see here. Pyritosis says, colon 3. Engraved Ring of Healing says, I need drugs to reach the high places. Hey, now. Ajira seems like a perfectly well-functioning Khajiit. Hey, now. Hook me up, Catwoman. Yeah, we want that stuff for a fight. We want to reach the high places.
What say you?
We gotta get rid of some shit, though. So we're gonna stop by our local racist council club and sell off these drugs that we have, because we have all kinds of drugs. We got lots of drugs on us still. But council club will take them off our hands.
What, Outlander? Why do you disturb me? Greetings, citizen.
You start
I'm
attacking
Velas.
people,
This town
and the
is
city
Balmora,
come after you
council seat
endlessly
of
and
House
Yes!
die.
We
Yeah,
are
the
loyal
guards will all
citizens of
kill
the
you, and
Empire.
they're very strong.
I'm proud of it. Well, most of us anyway. So, are you looking for someone in particular? Are you looking for services? Is there some specific place you'd like to visit? Would you like me to tell you about my trade?
You're actually very nice for a kimono tong thug. It's weirded me the fuck out. Okay, so we need to sell off this and this to make some space. And then he's got some really good armor stuff, but nothing I don't already have. Let's see, boots 7, and Architan boots are 5. So we're going to go ahead and get the... Oh, wait, we need light boots for our potential sneak. Never mind, we're good. All right.
Hey, don't forget your backpack upgrade.
Yeah, next time we run into a shop that has a backpack, we want to get a backpack. For sure. Because we need some more fucking encumbrance for sure. We're just having to do some dropsies. I think it's her, yeah.
All right, stranger. Tell me what you want. Services? Or are you here in Balmora for someone in particular?
What's your background?
I am Marasa Aran, a pawnbroker. What's it to you?
Nothing. Let's just do business. Yeah, I forgot these Komodo Tong people are fucking bully jerks. So Moon Sugar gets us a pretty good price, but we're gonna have to take one away at least. That's the problem with these criminal pawnbrokers. They just don't have much money. So we'll max sell out. We'll go ahead and take a little bit of a loss, but just to get out from under it.
Whatever you're looking for, I'm sure I don't
We
know
rent
how to find
beds.
it.
I have some goods for barter. What do you want?
I've got some skooma for you. And Moon Sugar. Not very friendly in here. We're going to go ahead and head out. We did what I needed to do, which is offload some of this shit.
Speak.
Hello, Hool.
Why don't you just drink? Why don't you just drink the skooma?
Because I'm not a skooma addict, Phil.
Can you become an addict if you drink it?
You can. Yes.
Welcome to the Lucky Lockup. We cater to
What
travelers
happens?
and visitors here in Balmora. We have beds
We
and
will.
drinks,
We'll party with.
brief
We'll
masks
party
to
with
jump,
Caius here later
imported
on.
Sir de
I'll show you.
Brandy, and a little shame left, but only
No,
a
I
little.
mean, like, what
As the
happens
last
if you
shipment
become
of
an
shame
addict? You
ordered.
get lower stats or something?
Oh yeah, yeah. If you don't do your skooma, you'll get lower stats and shit. And, yeah, because there's a mod for that called Skoomasthesia, and it does exactly that. Now in the original game, no. We need a water refill too. Let's refill our water jug. I'm not a skooma addict. That's exactly what a skooma addict will say. So Engraved is kind of calling bullshit on me, but hey, you can't prove it. That's all I'll say about that. You can't prove it.
Zoo pleads the fifth.
Plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. F-I-F, fifth. Now, Lamau, I'm gonna drop a fit in the Discord. I am down to snort Moon Sugar. Yeah, when one of these days we'll take a break. We'll sigh. We'll do a big heavy sigh, and we will smoke some Moon Sugar. We'll snort some Moon Sugar and smoke some skooma with Uncle Crassius. Well, not Uncle Crassius. No! I did not say that, chat. Not Uncle Crassius. Uncle Caius. We will not be doing Moon Sugar with Uncle Crassius. Yeah, I'm going to get clipped for that. Freudian slip? Hey, you know what? Maybe. No, we're definitely not doing nothing with Uncle Crassius. You want Crassius, and Crassius wants you. Well, I know he wants me. He calls me pudding pie. But Phil's like, what the fuck are we talking about? And Phil, you will find out.
I don't know what's going on.
Buddy, you gon' learn. You gon' find out eventually. Playing Morrowind, you cannot avoid Uncle Crassius in Morrowind. He is inevitable.
I can avoid him.
Now here's a funny thing. My cousin, the first time my cousin played Morrowind, my cousin killed that guy. My cousin literally killed that guy and broke the fucking main quest.
What happens?
Let's just accuse Uncle Crassius of being bold. We'll leave it at that.
Well, what if you kill him? You can't complete the main quest line?
You can. You just have to go through the back path. There's a back path to get it done. That is an actual lore back path. It's not a cheat or anything. But yeah, you just have to do the back path. But yeah, if you kill Uncle Crassius, it makes it really, really hard to do something you need to do in House of Lala. Since he's, a counselor. He's like one of the big wig, high-ranking guys. But he's also kind of a scumbag.
Well, the back path could be... Well, if you don't take the back path, he'll take the back path with you, it sounds like.
I think he would be happy to do that, yeah.
He can have a sword up his pope shoot.
Oh, Phil, are you gonna assault Uncle Crassius when the time comes?
Yep.
It feels like yep.
Depends on how I like the way of his swagger. Maybe he can charm me. We'll find out.
Yeah, Phil's like, hey.
We haven't determined.
Hey, maybe Phil's like, hey, maybe we can. Phil's like, yeah, maybe we can do butt stuff. Like, we'll see.
We'll see. Oh, it's.
Someone should introduce Uncle Sweetshare to Uncle Crassius. Dude, we need to get Uncle Sweetshare, Crassius Curio, Caius Cosades, and Miak the Liar on a party island together, and just see what happens.
That should be a mod.
That absolutely needs to be a mod. There should be a mod for that.
Or you can invite certain people to a party and crazy crap happens.
Like fucking crazy skooma orgy party. So that's what would happen. Y'all know it. Y'all fucking know. Have them take over the House of Earthly Delights. Yes! Someone says someone should...
What are we looking for out here?
Mushrooms.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Boom. Yep, alright. We're good. We can go back. I love the Bitter Coast. It's all foggy and shit. And at night, there's fireflies, man. Really cool area. Yeah, we're heading back in the right direction. Okay.
You need to stop being so dang lazy and get out and get our own mushrooms.
Yeah, well, Ajira is a special girl. We take care of our girl there. Whoops. Pyrotos says I somehow got a quest to deliver a letter to old Ebonheart. Ah. Yep, you got one of them there quest hooks. Don't fuck with me, worm. Don't fuck with me. Okay. Oh shit, we're heading a little south of where we wanted to be, but okay, we're right. Okay. Yeah, who's asking to deliver to old Ebonheart? Is that Ajira that's asking you to do that? Are you doing Ajira's quest too, Pyrotosis? Because I think Ajira gives you a letter to deliver to one of her pen pals over there. Whoa! Got a little bit of shadow pop in. Whoa! Yep, Ajira's quest. Yes, you're way ahead of me in Ajira's quest right now. Yeah. Do I know my Morrowind and my Tamriel Rebuilt, or do I know my Morrowind and my Tamriel Rebuilt yet? I better fucking know it by now. I'm more efficient. I pick all the mushrooms and flowers on my way to Balmora. Oh, so you're like a full Kime user. You know what you have to do before you even get the quest. Yeah. Pyro's Kaiman. 10 out of 10 expert Lorebeard. Hats off, good sir. Yeah, I better be. I mean, if I've spent this much fucking time playing a game, I better. Oh, another mod shout out. Simple, but we need to put it on the list. Balmora Guar Stables. The only thing is, I'm not sure if that's already part of Odai or if that is an add-on that I put on there. And I'll find out. If so, if it's already part of Odai, I won't bother. But if it's not part of Odai, we need the Balmora Guar Stables. Guar! Yep, Guar, Engraved Ring of Healing says. Guar. We'll spend today doing Mages Guild shit. We will spend tomorrow, and then we'll buy some spells, and then we'll spend tomorrow doing Thieves Guild shit. Tomorrow's game day, and then we will spend the next day trying to join the Morag Tong or the Temple.
What do you need?
I've got your mushrooms. Has Teldrin Vimin found the mushrooms Ajira needs? I have. Do you have samples of all the mushrooms? Yep, here they are. Yes, these are all good samples. Now Ajira can write the report and be a journeyman of the Mages Guild. Ajira has made potions for you to take in return. Ajira is no great alchemist yet, but Ajira thinks you can use these. Okay, and what else you got for me? Yes, Ajira has more duties for Teldrin Vimin. Ajira made a bet with Galbadir. Tell me about this bet. Ajira made a bet with Galbadir that Ajira would be a journeyman before Galbadir. Now Ajira must study these mushrooms and write a report. Ajira wants you to give Galbadir a fake soul gem. Okay. Ajira has made a fake soul gem. Take it and put it in Galbadir's desk upstairs. Galbadir should be coming downstairs to talk with Marion Dren, so no one will see you do this thing. Okay, a little bit of shadiness. We'll have to wait for her to walk. Okay, here she comes. Okay. Here she comes. All right.
Moraine, I've got some good news. The family amulet you asked me to look into, I think I've repaired the enchantment. It wasn't actually the jewel that the magic is woven into as I thought at first. It's actually in the engravings around it. Come here, take a look.
Okay. That's fucking funny.
I cannot think with all these interruptions. Please leave me alone.
Tell me about this bet with Galbadir. They've been at each other's throats since they got here over which one is a better mage and whether Khajiit are better thieves than Bosmer. Oh boy.
I'm listening.
What do you know about the bet with Galbadir? Oh, same thing. Okay. How about
So
you?
your name is? And you're new here in Balmora?
Yep.
Well, my name is Moraine Dren, and I don't mind answering questions. I have nothing else on my mind right now. And if I start to bore you about Morrowind lore, just let me know.
You're not going to bore us. Tell me about the bet.
They've been at each other's throats since they got here over which one is a better mage, and whether Khajiit are better thieves than Bosmer.
Okay. That seems to be the
for
gist of it.
in particular?
How are they all voiced? That is crazy, Chet Connor says. So they're not. So about 60% of the island of Vardenfell is done, but that's a mod called Voices of Vardenfell. And because that was, and even though we listed that in the last one, because that was specifically asked for, what we will do is we will go ahead and put that in the chat in this particular video description again. Yeah, Voices of Vardenfell is fucking fantastic. Has Teldrin Vimin put the fake soul gem in Galbadir's desk? I have. You have put the gem in the desk, as Ajira asked? Ajira thanks you. Take this book. I have no need of it. Ajira has already memorized it. Okay, and any other duties? And something else fun, chat. Because of the Ajira's Wall Planters mod, as you do things for Ajira, she'll start to plant mushrooms and flowers, and she's got soul gems. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Kezima's Voices of Vardenfell. That's the one. Bet with Galbadir. Now Ajira will win the bet with Galbadir. And what are our duties now? Ajira must now study the local flowers. Okay? Yes, Ajira must study flowers now. Ajira needs samples of gold cannet, stoneflower petals, willow anther, and heather. These can all be found on the shores of Lake Amaya. Alright. Let's ask about the flowers, though.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where do you get all the mods at?
It's called.
Is there one?
It's called Nexus.
All the Morrowind mods.
Yep, it's called the Nexus. It's nexus.com. Yep, that's where you're going to download all of your mods to pack them into your data files folder. But we will get to that for sure. I'm very excited to be modding with you. So willow anther flowers are reddish and tall, but they do not bend to the ground like stone flowers. The leaves are long and thin. And stone flowers? Stone flowers are dark blue and their stems bend towards the ground when they are in bloom. The leaves look like they are folded along the stems. So, Phil, this is a flower that's so heavy it actually droops, which is why it's called stone flower. Very cool piece of lore. It's like a heavy flower petal. Heather. Heather has needles like the trees in Skyrim and High Rock, but it grows near the ground and has pink flowers. And gold cannet? Gold cannet grows near rocks. It has yellow flowers and broad dark green leaves. The leaves are spiny, so Ajira warns you not to touch the leaves. And the local flower Lake Amaya is, to get to Lake Amaya, go southeast out of Balmora, past Fort Moonmoth, and then follow the signs and take the road to Pelagian. After you cross the Foyada Mamea, go towards Surin at the next crossroads. All the flowers Ajira needs are near the path to Surin, which runs along the north shore of Lake Amaya. Did you get all that, Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason I keep asking you, you've got to pay attention to what these folks tell you, or you will not know where to get the... Okay, where the fuck do I get the flowers now? So we are absolutely doing like basic bitch gopher type quests. Like Phil's like, what the fuck are we doing? Where is all like the grand questing and shit? I'm sure you're thinking. And I'm here to tell you that stuff exists. It's in the game, but it's going to be a little while before our level 1 lowly mercenary gets those kind of quests. Right now, they're just go get us some fucking flowers. Like, get out of here. Go get us some mushrooms. Right. Hello, good guard. Outlander. Alrighty. So Pyrotos just picked up the best light boots. So you have the boots of the Apostle. Is that what you're talking about? Gotta be the boots of the Apostle. I think Pyrotos has got. Wow, there's 35 peeps in here right now. Thanks again, guys. Again, like, I don't know what it is about the early morning hours and, like, being, like, the Morrowind time. But, Man, a lot of peeps start to show up around, around the 3 to 4-ish a.m. slot for some reason. Like, I noticed that it shocked me the first time, and it's replicating again, which is crazy. So welcome in. If you're new, welcome in. Hope you stay, and hope you have fun with us.
Oh, there's a Oblivion-style lockpicking mod for Morrowind.
Ooh, I kind of want that, because lockpicking, I'm not going to lie, it kind of sucks.
Yeah. All you do is stick it in the box and it opens or fails. It's kind of lame.
I think we should paint this. This is really cool. Let's do an ink sketch this time. I can't make out the mural though, so it doesn't do any good, man. I'll be glad to get this art skill up to where we can actually make out my paintings, right? We'll just call this The Rock, because it looks like a fucking rock. Fresco of Vivek is pretty good. There we go. Even though it doesn't show the fresco of Vivek. Let's see. Books of Blinding Speed, Pyrotosis says. To hand off a wave into the new guests. Lockpicking isn't that bad. Once you get your lockpicking skill to 30 or 40 master lockpicks, shouldn't be any locks that stand in your way. Yeah, that's true. It's actually a very low skill set. Like, you could actually get to picking master locks relatively decently. Pretty quickly. That said, it would be interesting to have Oblivion-style lockpicking here. I always kind of liked that aspect of it. Oh, what am I fucking doing? I'm supposed to be picking flowers. I'm like fucking zoning the fuck out. That's hilarious. We're by Lake of Maya, so. Gold Cannet. Heather. Oh, we gotta put graphical herbalism. Graphical herbalism has to be in the mod description list because we've been using that a lot this go. If you find Jim Stacy and don't care about the Thieves Guild quest, you can nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah. You sure can. There's our stone flowers. So we got Golden Cannet, we got Heather, we got stone flowers. So we need Willow Anther now as our last flower. Okay. Worst case, carrying a cache or 3 in your Gucci. Yeah, but finding those at early level is hard. Yeah, those are kind of hard to find early level. Oh, there's our Willow Anther. It's right over there. You say hard, I say priority. I mean, if you know where to specifically get them, but I'm not even sure I know. I think those are random loot until you get higher level, aren't they? I know there's some you can buy in Tamriel Rebuilt. There's our 4th Willow Anther, so we're good there. But maybe my characters just naturally gravitate toward the good mage merchants. Yeah, I know there's some in Tribunal, and I know that there's a couple for sale on the mainland. but they don't restock, and it's like a one-off. Like, they're meant to be pretty rare. But yeah, Cash's Lock Splitter is like OP goated. Like, that's a way to get access to some really, really strong shit right up front if you can find those. I don't know. I just go to mage stuff. I avoid Tribunal as much as I can. Yeah, we all do. You're not alone in that. Sothasil makes you sad, yeah. I like the drip, but Sothasil makes me sad. And that witch doesn't help either. So, Sothasil, I feel like TR will make it better, but so I feel like Sothasil is the only one of the Tribunal I actually feel a little sympathy for. Not a lot, keep in mind. I don't feel a lot of sympathy since he was the one who originally was like, we can use these powers to do great good, and he was so fucking sure of himself back when he made that decision all those thousands of years ago. So, a little sympathy, because he's the only one who reflected on his actions and decided, you know, actually, we were fucking wrong to do that. He's the only one. Because Almalexia never felt like she was fucking wrong. And Vivek only regrets that it caused an eventual defeat at the hands of his adversaries. Like, he just hates what it led to. He doesn't hate that they actually did the action. So Sothasil's the only one who seems to have actual fucking regret for what he did. Phil's sitting there thinking like, okay, what the fuck did they do? You'll find out. The answer is nothing.
Wealth beyond measure.
We are good Tribunal worshippers.
I'm probably going to have to find out some other time because I'm falling asleep and I have to get up. And several hours. Got to get up in the morning for church, and it's already getting late.
Yeah, you better go get some shut-eye, man. But you can, yeah, if you just disconnect, it shouldn't cause any issues.
Yeah, but everybody, I hope you have a wonderful night. Enjoy the rest of the stream. And remember, Tamriel Reborn.
Good stuff, man.
Good night, everybody.
See you later, Phil. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Phil, One Up Collects, guy that actually survived in a carrion flight. How about that?
Bye, everybody.
Take care, buddy. Have a good Easter.
Friend.
Oh, look at that. The mushrooms are growing good now. I love the little touches that mods do like that, man. Well, we did it, chat. We got him to buy the game. That's what we wanted to do here, so that's perfect. Yep, here's your flowers. Yes, these are the flowers that Ajira needs. Ajira has made more potions for you. Ajira hopes that you will use them well. Yep, he is one of us. One of us. One of us. Hell yeah. Oh, he's going to love it, man. Alrighty. What else you got? What time is it? Let's see here. It is
swift hunting.
3 p.m. We got time for more. Ajira must study these flowers and mushrooms. Teldrin Vimin knows this. Why does Teldrin Vimin pester Ajira now? Well, don't you have duties for me? Ajira is very sorry. Ajira has much work to do on these reports so Ajira can win her bet with Galbadir. Maybe you could fetch a new ceramic bowl for Ajira? Yeah, we can try. Yes. Take these 10 drakes and go find Ajira a ceramic bowl. Ajira thinks Revere the trader here in Balmora has some. Well, a ceramic bowl is not going to cost no fucking 10 drakes. So we're gonna make a tiny bit of profit on that. But I guess we should, since we're putting the labor out to walk our lazy ass across the street to go get it, right?
What is this about?
It's about you getting out of my face. I didn't talk to you. I didn't look at you. You're tripping. Everybody's favorite trader, Mr. Ravir. Hello, Ravir.
Ravir knows why you are here. You want to buy Ravir's famous Daedric weapons.
No, I'm here for a ceramic bowl.
Yes, Ravir should have a ceramic bowl. What will you barter for it?
How about we just fucking pay you? Although I do have some shit I need to get rid of. That can go away. We're keeping that. That can fucking go away. We're keeping those. Have that shit. Alright, we're good. That ought to get us a fucking ceramic bowl. There it is. Yeah, see, and you paid me.
Khajiit has no words for you.
Oh, I don't have any words for you now that we've conducted and concluded our business, sir. Good day
to you. You like to walk a fine line, don't you?
Thirsty. Let's take a sip. Easiest fucking quest in Morrowind, by the way, right there. The ceramic bowl quest is the easiest quest in this game. It's either that or the pants, but even the pants, you have to convince the guy to hand the pants over. There's your ceramic bowl. There you are. Yes, this is very good bowl, but now Ajira must find her stolen reports. Stolen reports? Ajira needs your help very badly. Galbadir stole Ajira's reports on the properties of local mushrooms and flowers. Ajira knows Galbadir did not leave the Mages Guild, so the reports must be nearby. Have you found the reports? Not yet, but we're on it. Ajira asks you to keep looking then. They cannot be far from here.
Swift hunting, friend.
Welcome, friend.
Let's see here.
Anytime now.
You got the mod that randomizes the report locations, Murlord? I did not know such a thing existed. So no, but I'm interested. That would be really cool. That would actually make the quest... Wow, that's really neat. I do not, but I'm going to after this stream. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Oh, here's more of the planters. I love the planters mod. Very cool stuff. Yes,
Go ahead. Step right up, Outlander, and look over my collection of scrolls. How about the flashy and cheap Taldum Scorcher to burn your foes? Or Ondusi's Unhinging to open stuck chests and doors? If you're going somewhere dangerous, try some Scrolls of Vitality and Vigor to restore your health and fatigue. If you're in real trouble, you'll want Almsivi Intervention or Divine Intervention to transport you instantly to the nearest temple or nearest Imperial Shrine.
Lay it on.
Have you been helping Ajira with the bet? Go ahead. I have many tricks of my own. Even you and Ajira together can't stop me from winning.
I'm not paying you shit. I'll just go look for him. Let's see, because I kind of know where they're at, the gist of it, but... Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you hide terribly, Galbadir. You need to take a page from Murlord's book and hide that shit better and in different places every game. You're a terrible hider.
I'm listening.
Has Teldrin Vimin found Ajira's stolen reports? I have. By the way, guys, I'm not going to do it here, but if you guys should read the reports. They're actually really funny. Like, I'll just skip to... And they also have actual useful potion recipes for alchemists. So let's do it. It won't take long. So, Ajira studies hard to learn secret magical properties of golden cannet, stoneflower petals, willow anther, and heather. Gold cannet has yellow flowers and very dark green leaves with sharp spines. Gold cannet and stoneflower petals makes a paste that restores strength. Now that is super fucking useful in this game when you start running into bone walkers. The paste has some bad effects, but they only last a short time. Stone flowers are dark blue, and the flowers are very heavy, so they bend to the ground. It is very expensive, but Ajira can gain more magicka for a short time by mixing stone flower petals with crushed emeralds and water. Yeah, that's a crazy expensive fucking potion. Willow flowers are red and very tall, with tall and thin leaves also. Willow is very good for potions and has many uses. With frost salts, Ajira made a shield of frost. With grave dust and green lichens, Ajira made a potion to cure common diseases. And with cork bulb, Ajira made a potion that can cure paralyzation. Ajira thinks heather comes from Skyrim because the leaves look like the spiny leaves of trees in Skyrim. The flowers are also pink like the Nord people. When mixed with ruby, it makes very good potion to make you not weigh so much. With a scrap of scam skin, Ajira made a potion to restore personality. Ajira works very hard to collect these flower samples from the dangerous Lake of Maya. Ajira must do 2 reports, and Galbadir must do only 1 silly report. Ajira deserves the rank of journeyman very soon now. So that's one, and then there's the other one that also has some useful information. But yeah, that's the mushroom report. Ajira studies 4 common mushrooms in Vardenfell. Luminous Rasulia is a toadstool-like mushroom with a brown spot on top. All Rasulia has strong odors, but Luminous Rasulia has much stronger. Rasulia can poison if not prepared right. When mixed with pearl dust, it makes a very good potion to breathe under the water. Violet Caprinus is a tall toadstool that glows at night. Caprinus is also poison if mixed wrongly, like if you mix with Rasulia. Caprinus mixed with scales lets Ajira walk on the water instead of under the water. Much better. Bungler's Bane looks like a brown shelf and grows from trees and sometimes wet rocks. Bungler's Bane is very bad for you when mixed with almost anything. Very hard to use. But Ajira found Bungler's Bane, and leftover crushed pearl makes good dispel potion. No bad effects with Ajira's skill, but potion tastes very bad. Hypophagia looks just like Bungler's Bane, confuses Ajira very easily, but Bungler's Bane smells more dry and dusty. Hypophagia has little smell, but taste is very moist. Hypophagia is very good mushroom for eating, but too much makes Ajira clumsy. Ajira used Hypophagia to make the Nixhound meat more edible, and Ajira could smell all enchantments in Ajira's room. Ajira found no other use for Hypophagia. Ajira works very hard to go all over Bitter Coast. Yes, she sure did. And collect all these mushrooms. Ajira deserves rank of journeyman much sooner than Galbadir now. So I love the world flavoring of that. It gets into the bit with Galbadir. It gets into the fact, like, this is just small details that make Morrowind wonderful. So you've got 2 mushrooms that look very much alike, but a keen eye can tell them apart, and that's Bungler's Bane and Hypophagia. Hypophagia is a good mushroom for eating, she says. But Bungler's Bane is called Bungler's Bane because of all the mushroom hunters looking to gather Hypophagia accidentally get Bungler's Bane and then get sick. So it's that kind of that small detail world building that I just fucking love when I revisit shit like this, right? Like, it's just OP stuff, man. Anyway, here's your reports. Like, just that simple little detail right there. Yes, these are the reports Ajira needs, and Ajira thanks you. Teldrin Vimin. Ajira is your friend always. Ajira worked very hard on these potions for you. Excellent. Yep, so we got all that. Let's see here. What time is it? 4 p.m. So we have time to make it to the next place, I think. Duties? Any other duties?
Ajira knows many secrets, but they are not yet for friend.
Okay.
Speak with Ajira Adend when you are a warlock.
Okay.
Rani's Athris here may have duties for you, but Ajira does not like Ramis much. Maybe you should speak with Ajira's good friend Edwina Elbert at the Guild of Mages in Aldrun?
Okay.
Or perhaps you would like to deliver a letter to Braiban Irian in Old Ebonheart for Ajira?
We can do that.
Ajira is very excited about her promotion and would like to tell her friend Braiban Irian the good news. Will friend help Ajira send a letter to Braiban Irian?
Let's do it.
Ajira thanks you. Here is Ajira's letter to Braiban Irian. Ajira's good friend is at the Guild of Mages in Old Ebonheart, the big city on the mainland across the inner sea. There is a boat in Ebonheart you can take there. You can take to Tete. The Mages Guild also has a guild guide in Vivex that can take faction members to the mainland. But the guild restricts travel to those who are conjurer rank and above.
Yeah, well, we're not going to be conjurer rank, but we'll just take the letter. It's fine. All right. Well, we can do that.
I suppose I could spare a moment or two.
But before we do that, let's spend some of our hard-earned money on some spells. I think we've earned that. Let's do some spell making. So we want shock damage because it's more expensive to be our touch spell, right? And let's do a magnitude. $20 is not bad. But yeah, 21's a little much. Let's do 15 for 2 seconds. That's 30 damage. It's an instant 30. And it's touch, so it doesn't have to be that much area. Let's do that. We will call that spell Shocking Grasp. That's what we'll call that. That gives us a guaranteed 30, which is not bad at this point in the game. That's pretty strong. Okay. Let's do a little bit better with our fire spell, too. We'll make that a target spell. We'll do 8 to 20. We'll give that a foot area just in case we hit next to them. Always good. That'll keep it at 15, which is where I want to keep these. And then as we grow in Magicka, we'll also kind of increase the impact of these as we get better and better at it. We'll call that let's do Fireball. It's like a small fireball. We'll just call it Fireball. Alright. Next spell. Let's do a frost damage for the same thing. Basically the same thing, only frost. Target. 8 to 20. 2 seconds. Area effect. I'll call that Snowball. Throw a snowball at your ass. Super cold. And then for poison, we'll do that touch again. But this one's going to focus on area of effect. So I want that within 10 fucking feet. And that'll be a lingering, yeah. So 13 seconds, 5 to X. That's really strong. We'll do it for 12 seconds. Nope, we'll do it for 10 seconds. Nope. Five to 8. That's actually really good. 5 to 8 points for 10 seconds on 10 feet on touch. That's going to be our lingerer. We'll call that Venomous Grasp. There we are. Those each cost 15, which isn't terrible. Let us clean up our... And then I also want just a cheap damage one, which we'll keep. So Chameleon I'm not going to use too often. I'll not at this point in the game. Get rid of that. Firebite we can get rid of. Frostbite we can get rid of. Since we have the spell effect. Shock we can get rid of. Soul Trap's always useful. Light, I've got an enchantment for that. Telekinesis we're going to keep. Viper Bite we don't need. So we got the grass spells, we got the ball spells. And now I just need a nice, cheap, remove health spell, or absorb health spell. Just for like a nice, cheap, quick attack. It's not too OP, right? But, I don't know, I think we spent enough money for now. Yeah, we're down to 944. We got a decent spell selection that hits relatively hard. We're ready for our journey to Old Ebonheart. With this letter from Ajira. And so just like equipment was our reward for doing the early Fighters Guild quest, our Mages Guild reward will be spells. Come on, thumb the goddamn stream up, you chabs. Oh, well, thank you for that, Broken EBs. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, if they want to thumb it up, they absolutely can, and we appreciate that. Let's see here. All right, we're good to go, and let's go ahead and we're going to peek. We're going to read this letter. Ajira's good friend, Brebane. Ajira apologizes for not writing sooner, but she's been very busy collecting samples and studying the various flowers and mushrooms of Vardenfell. But after all this time, Ajira has a good news to tell. Ajira has been promoted to Journeyman. Ajira would like to visit, but there is much work to be done here in Balmora. Ajira needs to keep working hard to prove she deserves her promotion. Perhaps Brebane can come to Balmora someday instead. She's always welcome here, Ajira. Aw. That's a pretty wholesome letter we're going to deliver, so I'm good with that. And, okay, yeah, we'll start with ranged. Always good to start with ranged if needed. Yeah, welcome in though, Broken EBs. Glad to have you here. We got a little bit longer here. We're going to try to complete this letter at Old Ebonheart, get some sleep. And then if that all goes well, we'll start Thieves Guild Day, which is tomorrow. And then from that, we've joined the 3 guilds. We might seek out the Kimono Tong or the Tribunal Temple. And that's going to be the 5 that's going to be the 5 factions for this playthrough for our mercenary. Is what we're going to be doing. And from there, we're going to set out to explore this absolutely massive fucking world, man. This massively modded world. I can't wait to get down to Narcissus. Can't wait to show you guys Grasping Fortune. I've got the current in-dev build, and it's fucking phenomenal. You guys are in for a treat. Murlord, you like RPG background mod? I couldn't get it to... Like you, RPG background mod, I couldn't get it to work in OpenMW. Yeah, Murlord would definitely be the person to ask if he's still here. I know it works on Morrowind Graphics Extender, but I'm not certain if that works. It might be a script extender mod, and if so, it might have some issues in OpenMW. If it doesn't have the script extender prerequisite. It should work fine if put in the right place. But you just want to make sure. I know there's a certain place you want to unpack. It's your data files. It's kind of similar. It's just that sometimes OpenMW has added steps or slightly different steps than unpacking files to your graphics extender has. Oh, shit. Bear with my speech. I've been awake for a while. Yeah, you're tough this out. I can't believe there's this many people in here at this time. Like, it floors me. Like I said, I got about another 40 minutes or so. Then we'll have to call it, because I got festivities too tomorrow that I've got to get to. But it's hard to avoid playing some Morrowind. It's just such a great fucking game, man. Like I've told people on and on and on, it's my soul food game. It really is. It truly, truly is. It's my chicken soup, man. Tandava says y'all rock. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's been an experience for sure. Oh, yeah, I had to close down. He said, I had to close down the kitchen last night, only to open today. I might go no sleep, YOLO. You only get a few more of those left in these old bones. Yeah, I'll tell you, buddy, I am well beyond no sleep. I've got to get at least 4 to 5 hours. If I don't have at least 4 to 5 hours, I'm kind of a grumpy kid. Like, literally, I want to scratch everything that fucking moves, man. The sunsets with the vapor mist are just beautiful, man. You mean he still hasn't come to get you? Are you serious?
How does the day greet you, friend?
Go find your boy. What an asshole. Beautiful. And the stew wore off. Damn. Oh, shit, where'd it go? Shit. Bear with me real quick, my chat just went away. Fucking DoorDash popped up instead. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? There we go. Alright, I'm back in. Now I can see you guys again. Alright, we good. Alright. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and stop in and top off our food and water. Then we'll move on toward Ebonheart.
You're on your honor. Don't press your luck.
Yeah, you neither then.
I really don't
Oh
have
God,
time
there
for
they
this,
are.
so make it quick.
Oh boy. Get a room, you two. Jeez. Damn.
Food and beds, or both at the same time? Your choice.
Just a hot meal. We'll take the nutritious stew.
Please, have a look around.
I really don't have time for this.
You
so
two
make
need
it
a
quick.
room, man.
Of all the jewels I've ever stolen, you are beyond compare.
Ooh, Nilos.
Well, I'm glad they finally made it. Somehow, man, she must be like a fucking speed racer type. She beat me there. God damn. Where's our restore fatigue? There we go. That's what we're looking for. Scadian Isles is gorgeous this time of year. Oh, scrib alert. Never mind, no danger there, it's just a scrib. Just a scrib. Oh, he's not taking a piss this time. Y'all know what that means.
Quickly, Outlander. Greetings, my friend. It is I, Nels Lendo.
Hello, Nels Lendo. How are you?
I see you have heard of me. I am not surprised. No, do not tremble in fear. Nels Lendo is a reasonable man, hardly the cutthroat some would make me out to be. I offer you a fair and healthy proposition.
What is it?
A very simple proposition, actually. You will give me 50 septims, and in return, you will be allowed to continue safely on your journey. Nels Lendo gives you his word as a gentleman that, once our transaction has taken place, you have nothing to fear from me. In fact, I can be a very good friend to have. What say you?
I say you can. How about you can have these nuts? Because this is not a PvP server, my dude. As you're about to find out.
I fear you are making an unwise decision, my friend, but so be it. Though I hate to soil my clothes with your blood. No matter. Such is the life of Nels Lendo.
Gotcha, fucker. Well, we're just gonna go for the fucking kill here. There you go, you little bitch. Wanna fucking stab people in the face? There you go. How you like that, huh? Five, we've got 7. 5, but these are light boots. We got 5, so yeah, we're just gonna sell your shit. Fucked around and found out, didn't you? Now who's taking gold? Bitch. Got him. Got him. Got him. What the fuck? What is an ordinator doing out here? Are you a regular ordinator? You're not a quest? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Okay. About to enter the sacred lands surrounding Vivek, the City of Swords.
Not now, Outlander. Head on.
Well, this is good, guys. Like, we got all of Ajira's stuff done in one fucking day. That'll leave us clear to start the Thieves Guild for the next day. Then we'll decide whether we want to do the Temple Pilgrimage or whether we want to do the Thieves Guild or the Morag Tong, because both of those require a little bit of prerequisites before they let us join. So I guess I'll ask you guys, if anybody wants to put your vote in the chats, what would you like to see next time we meet? Would you rather see the Tribunal Temple Pilgrimage, or would you rather see us uncover and join the Morag Tong? What would you guys prefer? Ebonheart? Oh, wait. I'm going to have to paint that. So bear with me real quick, chat. We're going to have to paint. Oh, look how terrible my drawing is. That's fucking awesome, man. That's fucking awesome. Fucking yes. Fucking let's go. Let's fucking do it. Oh no, Shadow. We're good. Oh my god, that's terrible. Ah, my goodness gracious. Okay. We'll call that Old Ebonheart with a question mark. Old Ebonheart, because that is fucking terrible. But we're gaining skill, guys. Okay, so you said Morag Tong is always a good time, especially if you walk everywhere, lots of exploration. Yes, we'll seek out the Morag Tong next time. And that quest will probably be a whole day in and of itself. That'd be a good painting too, but I'm going to wait until my skills improve because they are not very good right now. But the Moonbar Dau is always a great subject too. Time is 8 p.m. Yeah, we're barely gonna fucking make it. Damn.
Grace of the Nine, citizen. I'm Novosi Hlan. Welcome to Ebonheart, capital of Vardenfell District. Are you looking for someone in particular?
No, we're just going to Old Ebonheart.
Whatever you're looking
Thank you,
for,
sir.
I'm sure I don't know how to find it.
And look, there's a fucking Ordinator going with us. Yes! Fucking yes! I always love it when the Ordinators go on the trip with us. Always very fun. And there's the Vivek Lighthouse there. That'd be kind of a good painting too, I feel like. And the Great Seawall of Vivek. And there's Old Ebonheart in the distance. There it be. Very tired. Yeah, we're going to rest when we get to Old Ebonheart. We're going to spend the night there. Of course it would fucking start raining before we could get indoors. Well, a little rain never killed anybody, I guess. Oh, goodness. Quite the trip, huh, guys? Well, here we be, right at 10 p.m. on the dot. Let's get to the Mages Guild. We'll spend the night here, and that'll probably be where we end the stream for the night. So we need to get our bearings here and learn a little bit about the city, because we're going to be spending some time here. So let's find a bookstore and let's get the guide to Old Ebonheart. That's first things first, as always. When you get to a new city in Morrowind, don't scrimp on the guides. Always read the guides. It will save your fucking life and a lot of frustration. Yep, there's a bookstore. Telltales. Well, hello, Utrashi.
Welcome to Utrashi's bookshelf, or Telltales, as Utrashi's father called it. Utrashi and Razihad inherited the store from him, and now they are stuck with the name. The old cat did love bad puns. Fortunately, the books we're selling are really good. Please have a look around.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Pyratosis says, oh, neat. For some odd reason, I had this mod pack I mostly don't know. I think what happened is I went somewhere and had a giant yellow symbol, so I think I scrapped it. Yeah, the giant yellow symbol typically means that you're missing meshes, is usually what that means. Because if you're missing just textures, it'll just be a blank white wall. So I'm guessing you have some missing meshes if you have the yellow textures. Tell me about yourself.
Utrashi is a bookseller.
Okay, not much to tell. Do you have a guide to Old Ebonheart? You do. Beautiful. That's what we're looking for. Can you part with it for 5 gold for me? You're wonderful, Utrashi. We'll be back. Okay. Oh my god, look at all these places. Holy shit. Old Ebonheart is the beating heart of the Empire in Morrowind and the largest imperial city in all of the East. Seated at the very mouth of the mighty Thyr River, the city is a mighty symbol of imperial culture and military power, and a friendly haven for travelers in the often hostile lands of the Dark Elves. Despite its mainland location, Old Ebonheart is part of Vvardenfell district and the legal seat of its duke, the noble Vidam Dren. Duke Dren, having relocated his administration to the new Ebonheart upon Vvardenfell and the Ascadian Isles, has left governance of the city in the hands of Bargrave Karos Cocius, Castellan of the Ebon Tower. Travelers entering Old Ebonheart will pass beneath a striking statue of Talos, watching over his great eastern city just as he did in life. Newcomers are required to declare any prescribed or taxable goods at the census office found here. The main road north continues further into Old Ebonheart, dividing the city proper into 2 halves. Off this main thoroughfare, a civilian visitor can find the Moth and Tiger Inn and the Guild of Mages, while weary legionaries may rest their heads at the Legion boarding house. This is what a city looks like, Todd! Old Ebonheart is a city of astonishing delights, but none are more beautiful than the Grand Chapel of Talos, known across the Empire for its fine glasswork and stolid yet beautiful architecture. Old Ebonheart's west side, where the Grand Chapel can be found, is built around the historic Fountain Plaza, where many of the city's oldest and most prominent institutions are located. The Grand Guild Hall of the Guild of Fighters is on the plaza, as are the Morrowind headquarters of the Borussia Private Bank and the East Empire Company. The esteemed Imperial Archaeological Society also has its Morrowind headquarters here. Its museum, open to visitors, is the finest public collection of Dark Elven and Dwarven antiquities anywhere in Tamriel. The Eastern City is the dense core of Old Ebonheart's economic might. Its tight alleyways and busy shops, an enterprising buyer can find all sorts of goods and services of 1,000 varieties, while docks service traders from across the Empire. 2 inns in the Eastern City provide lodgings, the Empress Kataraya and the Salty Futtocks. Although the editors of the guide recommend that visitors avoid the piece of shit, low-life ladder place, which because it is a tavern of low repute. Did you hear that, chat? The Salty Futtocks is a tavern of low repute. We don't stay at the Salty Futtocks. We do not stay at the Salty Futtocks. The Hostel of Stendar's Mercy may also provide for travelers seeking charitable accommodations. So that's just the city blurb. And look at all, that's just the city. That's not the castle yet, chat. Now, across the bridge, here's the castle. It's got its own section. Across the bridge from the Fountain Plaza, the Ebon Tower complex is an immense testament to imperial architecture and fortification design. 8 towers, each named for a divine, guard the spiraling double walls of the fortress, crowned by Talos Tower, the tallest structure in the eastern provinces. Beside the Ebon Tower itself, the fortress courtyard hosts the headquarters of the Imperial Legion in Morrowind, as well as the Hall of Justice, seat of the Imperial Curia in Morrowind. Citizens wishing to arrange for permanent residence in Morrowind may inquire at the resettlement office, while those seeking the resources of a provincial mission may find them here. Travelers from Skyrim and Blackmarsh should note, however, that those provinces' missions have been relocated to Ebonheart on Vardenfell. And then we got some region information. Donjrol, Ruadir. It's a regional map, which is nice as well. So, all right, so they said the Mages Guild is going to be up near the main gates. It's a great place to visit, not a great place to sleep. The Salty Futtox is not a great place to visit either. Disagree strongly. Had a very bad experience there. Would not recommend. Fuck the Salty Futtox. Fuck that place. We're never staying there. So there's the Moth and Tiger. And there's the Mages Guild. That's what we're looking for. Just for the name alone? No. Well, I'll tell you what, Pyritosis, when you're in Old Ebonheart, against all sanity and reason, you stay in the Salty Futtox, and you tell me how your experience goes. Hope you don't end up getting the fuck beat out of you over a misunderstanding over 9 holes, and then you go to sleep off your beating that you received in their establishment, and there's a fucking dead guy in your room. Hope that doesn't happen to you. I'm sorry, chat. I am very, very upset about the Salty Futtox. If you can tell. Raffle, I didn't say stay, I said visit. I don't even know about that. It just gives those charlatans a chance to take your fucking money. No, we will revisit this discussion in the future. Salty Futtox is no place for civilized beings of any variety. No place at all.
Excuse me. Did you say something?
Yeah, letter to Brisbane? Yeah, you're looking for Moraine Erin. She should be somewhere around here. Okay, I think it was this badass-looking battle mage lady. Holy shit.
So what do you want?
You look impressive for your stature. Tandava says, oh god, I'm coughing, I'm laughing too hard. Well, I'm glad that my suffering brings you joy, Pyritosis. And Tandava, you're laughing too. Don't think hey, I store up these fucking humiliations like a pirate stores treasure. I'm going to remember you too, Tandava. I'm going to remember both of you laughing about my fucking pain and misery. I don't know you. What do I want? Well, I don't know you either, but I have a letter for you. I'm a sadist, so that tracks.
You say you have a letter for me. From Ajira? Let me see it. Oh, this is great news. Ajira has been trying to get that promotion for a while. I'm glad to hear she's finally made it. Thank you for bringing me her letter. Here, take these potions for your trouble.
Okay. Well, thank you. We won't be staying at the Salty Futtox tonight because we actually have, beds because we're a Mages Guild member. So we're going to be staying in civilized place. We will not be staying in a place where you roll around in the fucking dirt and hay and bay like a fucking barnyard animal. And with that said, I think we're going to wrap up the stream. I mean, I didn't do it to you. No, I did it to myself. But it is sort of funny from the outside looking in. I'll take it as a cautionary tale. That's the way to be. Yes. That's the way to be. Learn from my pain. So, and for those in the chat familiar, go down my list of posts on the Flipping the Switch channel. And in my posts about further down, I wrote up a Yelp review of the Salty Futtox and why you should never, ever stay there. And anybody visiting Old Ebonheart as they play Morrowind should absolutely read that Yelp review. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it on stream to you guys before I log off. That's what we're going to do. We're going to read the review to you. We're going to show you what the Salty Futtox is all about. So let's exit the game. Let's see. I still like that dude went so fast he ripped himself apart. LOL, that's hilarious. It's been a good one. Okay, so this won't take long. It's just going to be voice. Because I don't want to fuck up my streaming setup. Okay, so what we want to do here is go to channel content. We're going to go to posts. And we need... Okay, yeah, Switch67 user review for the Salty Futtox. That's the one. Okay, so I wrote, I would never stay there again. The rooms were reasonable, but inside looks like a destruction spell went off. It smells of booze and mold, and a man at the bar immediately threatened to assault me before I even tried to go to my room. I was on my way there that I was accosted by a gambler who wanted to play a game of 9 holes. Perfectly normal. The problem is that when I went to pick up a nearby candle, lighting in this establishment is atrocious, by the way, in order to see where I wanted to place my peg, the entire bar screamed accusations of theft at me over the candle and began beating me with fists and axes. I barely escaped with my life, only to discover that the guards were now shaking me down for the candle and fined me another 3 gold. But that's not the worst of it. No. Heading back to my room with my head down, trying not to look at the grinning idiots around me, I unlocked the door with my room key, only to find a dead body lying on the floor. Disgusting. I went to the owner, a ruder and more disagreeable man I have never seen. I told him there was a body, and he did nothing. I said it needed to be investigated. He disagreed. I threatened to call the guards if he did not at least refund my 10 gold. He refused. I've never been treated so terribly by a business in my entire life. Avoid the Salty Futtox like your life depends on it. It might. So on that cautionary note, chat, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. And I hope that you at least learn from my terrible experience. But if you don't, you get what you deserve. I'm just going to say it. If you stay at the Salty Futtox, you get everything that you have coming to you. And even some stuff you don't. So just make sure you don't. The Salty Futtox was not scarring at all to me. Not at all. No scars. That's too funny. Did you tell the guard? I did. I went to tell the guard, and then he started screaming at me about the stolen candle and threatened to lock me up, and he took my Dwemer boots. Did you say there is a body there for free? I went to tell the guard, and they didn't even let me. They wouldn't even hear it. They wouldn't even hear of the topic. They said, no, fuck you, candle thief. We don't want to hear about your dead body in there. So no, I think they've been bribed by the piece of shit owner of the Salty Futtox, and it makes me think poorly of the entire town, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know if I would honestly go back unless I had specific business in Old Ebonheart. That's how bad of a time it was. Also, there's too many bakeries there. I just want to point that out. Way too many bakeries there. I don't know why every time you turn around there's a bakery in that city. But that's another complaint for another day that I'm sure the Tamriel Rebuilt team hasn't already addressed and joked about themselves. People gotta have bread, that's true. But they don't have to eat bread next to the salty futtocks. So, all right, that's enough of that shit. So I'm going to end the stream, and we will do this probably. These are probably going to be a weekend thing, these longer ones. And I'll try to fit in some Midnight Morrowind Club when I can throughout the work week. But it gets harder when I got to wake up at like fucking 8 a.m. It sucks. So, all righty. Too many bakeries. Is there such a thing? You know what? When you've had a stay like I had at the Salty Futtocks, you will begin to find things to be critical of. And that's where we're at there. So, all right. Take care, guys. Have a great rest of your night. If you celebrate it, have a happy Easter. And I will talk to everybody later. Take care now.